Is beautiful, Rye.
So ball held up in the air. Start around one. Williams taking on Linemuller. Up goes Williams. Wins a tap out. Bravo picks it up now. He looks for a little quick handball. Can't find his teammate there. He's jumped on now. Little handball finds itself out towards half forward. Boyington. That's Glenn Boyington. He's back to the MP&FL. Zane Hill steals it. Goes for a sweeping handball into no one in particular. Wasn't great. Peter Hampton swoops on it. Gets his kick smothered up towards the wing position. Coming out to meet it was Old Horse Lee Morse. He gives a nice handball across now to McKenzie. Nice one out wider to Matthew Hill. Matthew Hill in the middle of the ground. Got some time. Looks up towards St Arthur. Fall down a big lead is Tieran Head. Well done there. Zane Hill just stood in front of him. Couldn't take the mark though. Spills to ground. Boyington. Nice handball out towards Ben Garlick. He gets his handball stolen though. Nice there. Nice work by Bo Scoble, who goes up towards the wing position. Out to meet it there was the right player in Benjamin Dixon. He gets a nice hip and shoulder on his opponent. Handball to Morse, who goes backwards now. Finds his teammate in Barnes, who goes backwards to that general in Kirkwood. He looks up towards St Arthur forward, just a big kick and hope. Up comes Tieran Head, couldn't take it. Scoble just with a chip in, nice easy mark. He looks up towards half back now. Under some pressure is the Pearcedale player. It's just gone up behind the side. Just manages to keep it in. Good work there by the player in Sean Struth. Chase Struth, in fact. Kick up towards the wing position. Stolen there by Kalani Ryan. Looks up towards St Arthur forward. Good kick. Strickland couldn't take the ball to ground. Does the buttering up option. Shrugs off Hill. Handball was nice to Hampton, but he's gang tackled. Very quick tackling there by Chase Struth. So, boys, you can see that it's a bit damp out there.
Yeah, it is.
Just struggling to get their hands on the footy.
Just a sloppy footy at this stage, Lock.
So Williams goes up with McGuinness. Williams wins that tap out down towards Boyington, taking the ground without it. Umpire said play on. Out to meet it there was Kalani Ryan, couldn't take it. Nice work there by Sam Frawley with a handball back towards Murray. He goes up towards the wing position. Nice looking kick up in the direction of Trent Robertson, but it's a nice fist there from Clayton Barnes. It'll go out of bounds and out of play. Centre wing position, far side of the ground.
Clayton Barnes, obviously, he's they're under 9, should be playing under 19s. Great play, great family, legends of the Rye Football Club.
Williams looks bigger in the ride jumper. He gets the ball down there for he actually.
I agree with that, Michael, because of the stripes. I think
he looks bigger. He is going to be a prominent player for them this year, and we do have an early contender for who looks like Adam short past Kelly. And that is Zane Hill out there at the moment. Good tackle applied there on Bravo, picked up by Williams there for Rye. He got the hand pass out, but it's a bit scrappy early. Both sides just looking for that early advantage. Ball out of play on the Melbourne Road side of the ground. Both sides still yet to score. We played 3 minutes in the opening quarter. We're live here at the RJ Rowley Reserve, and well, aside from being a bit chilly, it's not too bad up here short.
No, absolutely not. We've got a break in the clouds. Sun's coming out, so it's beautiful, Michael.
And again, pack of players develops out there on the outer wing, and the umpire says, I am going to ball it up once again. And looking for a big season there on RPP, and we're just getting started with all we've got to offer for you this year. Ball toe poke forward. The ball has been knocked over the line for a boundary throw in. So once again, in fact, it's a free kick to Ryan. The free kick is going to go there to Kalani Ryan, who went towards half forward. It's picked up there for Ryan. Now they can go inside attacking 50. Going towards the back there was the player there in head. The ball is over the line, right forward pocket, probably 20 metres out, 25 metres out from the Rye goal, who are going to the scoreboard into the ground. Both sides yet to score. We've played 4 minutes.
Good start for Pearcedale. Their back's really under pressure. It's good to see.
Wilson gets a quick tap out down towards Boyington. Quickly whacks it on the boot up towards the goal square, but unlucky bounce will take it out of bounds and out of play. Good for young Harry Wilson. Obviously a young 23-year-old. He's been relied upon as Rye's main ruckman, so Williams coming into this side is really going to help that young fella develop.
He dominated in the practice match too, being able to play everywhere across the ground.
He's a great size, young Harry Wilson. He wins that tap out down towards his teammate there in Tieran Head. Couldn't take possession of the footy. Umpire says play on. Tries to get it out now as Kalani Ryan does to Hampton. Handball back was nice. He gets a left snap around the corner. It looks good. It's just a fist on the line there by Zane Hill. Great work. So it'll go through for a minor score. So Luke Murray to bring the ball back in. Just kicks it to himself. Handball to Zane Hill. Was unexpected from Zane Hill. Just got some composure though. Goes with a high kick up towards half forward. Up goes Tieran Head. Nearly brings it down. Garlick takes possession of the footy now. Looks towards an half forward. Boyington there. Good mark. Good vision there by Benny Garlick and Glenn Boyington. Well, he's been around the Mornington Peninsula. Glenn Boyington, Rosebud, Sorrento, and now the Demons. He's been up in the country playing football. Boynton in his first game back for the Demons will have a shot.
Had a couple of early touches too, Lock.
He has from about 35 metres out. As I said, the wind behind him should an easy kick for a forward. Pretty happy with it off the boot. And Rye, they draw first blood here at RJ Rowley Reserve. They'll go to 1-1-7 plays. Pearcedale no score. We've played 5 minutes and 20 seconds in this opening term, and you're listening to RPPFM, the voice of Peninsula football.
Here at Bendigo Community Bank branches,
We support local footy.
Local teams.
And all our community champions.
Bendigo Bank and RPPFM, bringing local footy to the community.
Watch our live telecast on RPPFM. It's live and it's local.
So we're back here. Rye draw first blood. They were pressing hard. It was only so long until Pearcedale could let one through. Williams wins that tap out against McGuinness. McGuinness does the roving. No, Williams quickly to wrap him up. Geez, you'd hate to be tackled by that big man, Ryan Williams, wouldn't we? We said it many times at Sorrento last year. I'm sure we'll say it many times again this year. Still in the middle of the ground. Williams decisively down to Kirkwood. Quick kick forward. Nice mark taken there by Joshua Garner. Looks to wheel onto that left foot. He's got Wilson one-on-one in the square. Big fist comes from the side. Good fist there from the Pearcedale player. Wilson off the ground. Couldn't just scrape it through. Will go through for a minor.
Just on that last goal too, locked every single Rye player on the field, got in the huddle and all high-fived from the backs to the forwards. It was great to see.
So Rye will go to 1-2-8 to Pearcedale 0-0-0 on the Rye Hotel scoreboard. So good fist come from Jordan Linemuller there. It'll be Zane Hill with that new rule, just strolls out of the square, looks up high. He's going up towards half-back. Williams with a big fly, couldn't take it to ground. Quickly on it there was young Nicholas Rowson. He was jumped upon by Joshua Garner, so it'll be a ball up at half forward for the Demons. In comes McGuinness, in comes Williams. Wasn't a tap out. Hampton swoops on it, goes for a quick kick to centre half forward. Straight through his Boynton again. He's really making his presence felt this afternoon early, but he's quickly wrapped up. Well done there by David Hussey. So a good young kid is David Hussey. Good for the Dales, no doubt. Williams decisively down to Josh Garner. Gets wrapped up quickly there by his opponent. They want a ball, said the Pearcedale boys, but Daniel Baker it was. Thought he had the free kick. Umpire said, no, give it to me, son. You don't need a possession, I do. Tap out one by Williams. Goes for Boynton. Goes without it. Nice handball there. Comes at the bottom of the pack. Spills out now. Taken there by Chase Struth.
Just noticed too, Matty McIndow just running off half back there as a loose player.
Plays that role very well, does Matty McIndoe, no doubt. Nice tap down towards Kalani. Ryan gets it stolen off him. In hard was McGuinness, butted heads with his teammate. Nice handball out now, finds Hussey. Goes with a quick one up towards centre half forward. There, all alone was Lachlan Cowell. Unfortunately for him, Lee Morse, just that sweeper. Quick possession of the footy. Quick kick up towards the wing. Swamped was Garner. In possession now, Hussey. Just a quick kick off the side of the boot. Wasn't meant, but managed to find his teammate there in Colin Thornton.
Yeah.
Thornton at centre half forward. Keep an eye on that fight. Bravo v Garner. So Thornton now with a short one, looking for his teammate. Just landed short of his teammate there, so he swings around on the left. Nice little kick in short. Good fist comes there from Peter Hampton. Spills out the back. Who's got possession of the footy? It's that man there in Jaron Ostrom. Strolls into open goal and says, thank you very much. We'll take one back. Pearcedale kicked there first. They'll go to 1 straight 6 to rise 1-2-8. 8.5 played on the Rye Hotel scoreboard. That was great work by Pearcedale. It was scrappy. They're kicking into a hard breeze, but they worked hard for it and they got it.
Absolutely. It'd be a 4-goal breeze too out here. There's no question. So great for Pearcedale to be able to get that one back on the board. It was, it came through a couple of disadvantages, but able to get that loose ball and into pretty much open goal. Vossi.
Yeah, Rye probably had 90% of the play early, but that was good. They worked the ball in. They didn't look for the mark and a shot from 40. They just worked it into 20 and got the easy shot at goal, if you can call an easy shot against this wing, because it is very strong. Murray just about threw the ball out there for Pearcedale. It's picked up in the centre of the ground and then dropped. The umpire says, I'm going to ball it up once again. Smack bang in the centre of the RJ Rowley Reserve with Rye at 1-2-8. Pearcedale 1 straight 6. Rye Hotel scoreboard as the ball is knocked forward. Picked up by Morse, who's been prominent early. Got the hand pass over the top. It was a hard hand pass and good defensive pressure there for Pearcedale, just locking the ball up. Their attacking side of the centre of the ground as the ball once again goes up and Murray gets the ball down. It's taken away. A quick kick out towards the half-back line. The race is on out there. Numbers should win out here for Rye if they can pick the ball up. They do. Here's a hand pass and they can go down the Melbourne Road wing and they go up towards half forward. looking up there for a teammate who couldn't quite take the mark there in Wilson. It was the ball bounced off his chest and over the line for a boundary throw in. Right half forward flank, 50 metres out from goal. Rye up by 2 points in the early stages of the opening game of 2019.
That it is. Umpire to bring the ball back in. Wilson and Murray to do the work. Wilson wins that one. Down only as far as Gearin, who tries to go a big fist out back out towards the boundary and couldn't keep it in there. Was the Riot player in Gabe Nacella. A very handy player is Gabe Nacella. A big name for the Riot Football Club, a junior. I think he's only 20 years old, so it'll be handy in the outcome as Gearin wins that one. Nice handball out to Struth. Gives it back towards Zane Hill. Handball over the top now finds Gearin. He looks backwards towards Daniel Baker. He wants a short one. Nice, finds Struth. So Struth at half back for the Dales. Goes in with a short one to Gearin. Had to be good, was. Umpire said play on Zane Hill now. Nice composure. Quick handball to Murray. Murray now at half back. Doesn't know what to do with it, so just whacks it on the boot. Didn't look though because Williams stands there all alone. Cow did well to make a contest. Got the ball to ground. Tried to swoop on it there was Bussy. Couldn't. In to help was Baker. Nice handball to Cow. Just whacks it on the boot. Kirkwood there. He's playing the Alex Rance role tonight. This afternoon, in fact, as Kirkwood goes up towards half back. Nice handball to Morse. Morse sells some candy. Short one to Garlic was good. Looks out wider now. Finds his teammate who goes up towards full forward to a leading header. It was from behind, so had the fist. Ball spills to ground. Murray and Wilson in a foot race. Murray wins it. Nice handball to McGuinness. Now to Hill. They're really lapping up through Hill, but Hill was bumped off his kick. So it spills to Nicholas Rowson, who goes with a short one. Wasn't great. Spills to ground. Wilson. Quick snap around to the goal square, but great work there by Bo Scoble. Just to chip back and take a mark in front of Tieran Head right in the defensive goal square, Michael Voss.
Yeah, if the ball just got over the back there, Head was at the back. The kick just wasn't quite enough to get to him. It would have been an easy goal otherwise. Kick out towards the boundary and goes over for a boundary throw-in. 12 minutes in the opening quarter, live here at the RJ Roller Reserve. First game for 2019. And it's Rye up by 2 points in the early stages as the ball looks to come back into play. The boundary umpire brings the ball back into play, 50 metres out from the Rye goal, who've got the advantage of the win in the opening quarter. Ball was knocked down by Wilson. It's a chance now for Pearcedale. They can go through the centre. They go towards the half-forward line. It's a one-on-one contest. It's picked up here for Ryan, a sweeping kick out towards left half-forward, right below where we're broadcasting here at the moment. It's taken there as a quick kick by Strickland. It was inside attacking 50. It's a one-on-one contest. Well done by the Pearcedale defence to get the ball out of trouble. Wasn't the greatest to kick, so now Ryan will bring the ball back in. Strickland again. He's bumped off the ball. Was that downfield? The umpire said no. Still an opportunity there for Head. On the right foot, Tieran Head. Beautiful kick. Vision. Mark taken. Play on. Shot at goal is a goal, and that is a goal to Ben Garlick there for Rye. That's their second goal there. 2-2-14. Pearcedale 1 straight 6, and that was a beautiful kick there. Short pass by Tieran Head.
Absolutely. Both teams really displaying great vision at the moment. You would have thought that it would have been a little bit sloppier, but both teams really just stopping. A lot of composure. It's really great to see. So again, 2-2-14 Rye to 1-0-6 to Pearcedale. Great start, obviously, for both teams. Both looking really good. First round, 2019. Geez, it's good to be up and about. Footy's back.
It is. Tieran Head, as you said, boys, just great vision. He could have easily blazed away with a win behind him, but Benny Garlick, the first game for the Demons, kicks his first for the club as the ball's back in the middle. Williams wins it down ahead, who's done the straight swap with Kirkwood, ladies and gentlemen. He'll now on the wing position, back to Tieran Head, gets his kick smothered off the boot. It's a grubber. McGuinness now for Pearcedale, takes a good spearing tackle, though, comes from Wilson. Spills out wide. Good composure there comes from the Pearcedale player in Jordan Baker, brother of Daniel. He's now out on the wing position there. Looks like Craven. It is Tom Craven. So Craven now with a short one up towards Lachlan Cowell over his head. Wasn't a great kick. And it comfortably taken there by the Rye defender who looks up towards half forward. Tieran Head somehow finds himself all alone. So Tieran Head takes a mark about 55 out from goal and he just strolls back. Points to the big sticks and says, I'll do this myself, ladies and gentlemen. Don't you worry about leading up.
His arm short pass.
Mate, it's go-go gadget, I'm telling you.
Yeah,
He's
he
incredible.
holds it at his knees.
Plunks him.
So a kick from 60, sets the ball sail, sits it high in the wind. He's trying to work it back. He couldn't. You know, when that body lean, he was almost licking his ankles. He was leaning it that far for it to come back. We'll go through for a minor score. So Rye will go to 2-3-15, plays Pearcedale's 1 straight 6. We played 15 minutes on the Rye Hotel scoreboard.
You know I'm a visual man, Locke, and if you say something like that, I'm going to lose my business.
So ball brought back in there by Murray. Good fist comes from Tieran Head. Spills to Kirkwood. Handball back to that man I just mentioned, Tieran Head. Quick tick to the top of the square. 1-on-1 is Lime-Muller and Williams. It spills to Lime-Muller. Good handball.
Oh!
Garlick strips it. Right foot snap over the top. Couldn't kick it. We'll go through for another minor. So they're really pressing here, right? You can see that set up. Just to cross that 50-metre line, it's not going to be easy for Pearcedale to draw through that. There's no question.
That was FIFA style, Locke, just over the back of the shoulder.
Was a bit like Wayne Rooney back in his heyday. So it'll be Sam Frawley for the Pearcedale Football Club to bring the ball back in as they've done all day. They run that extra 5 out of the square, goes high up towards Murray. Murray gets it fisted away from him, tried to go through there with Struth. Struth, he copped one around the head there. Umpire said play on. Handball comes out towards Hampton now. He's just going to sit it to the top of the square. Williams' best spot, good fist from Frawley. Out towards the defensive pocket. First on, it's going to be Strickland. Can he beat the boundary line? He can, somehow keeps it in. Nice handball towards Garlick, who tries to sell some candy. Gets it stripped of him there by Luke Adams. That was good work by the Pearcedale fella Luke Adams there.
Absolutely, great pressure.
So
Then
punched
Locke,
it.
very lucky not to be done with holding the ball there. Very, very lucky.
So it'll be a boundary throw in about 45 out from the Demons goal. Umpire throws the ball back in. Williams v Murray. Spills to ground. First on it there was the great man in Gamble Robbins. Just couldn't kick the sausage in the end. Right foot snap. So good young kid there, Campbell Robbins, that the Demos have, no doubt.
Absolutely. What, Vossi, as far as goals in the first quarter, how far would you want with this breeze? Would you want Rye to be up?
I would Rye 7 shots to 1. I'd be expecting a 5-goal lead if I was Rye.
Yeah.
It is very. You said 4 earlier. I reckon it's more like 5.
Okay.
So definitely.
Well, everyone knows you do like to disagree with me.
No, I think he might be right on this occasion. Short pass. You can see when Pearcedale put that ball back in. It just
holds up, doesn't it?
It nearly comes backwards to them. So Frawley in the goal square, defensive goal square now. Goes with a wide one. Nice kick. Finds Jaron Ostrom. So Jaron Ostrom in the defensive pocket here. He's looking across goal. It could be ambitious. Umpire says play on. So he's just got to go long and strong. It was a poor kick. Somehow finds its way to Struth. Struth, he was nervous there. Goes up towards the defensive position at half back and was well done there by Clayton Barnes just to get that fist in and fist it out of bounds and out of play.
Struth.
So Michael Voss about 70 out from Demons goal.
It definitely is, and Rye are up by 11 points here, and we're getting towards time on in the opening quarter. 18 minutes into the opening quarter here. The RJ Rowley reserve as the ball is knocked down. Pearcedale trying to just work their way from half back, trying to work their way through the middle. They did well there. Quick kick wasn't a great one. Numbers should win out here for Rye, and they get the hand pass back. Here's an opportunity for them to go forward. They go towards centre wing, sliding in and taking an easy mark. They've got, they should go forward. They've got the open forward line. They go towards half forward, leading in the race there for Rye. A hand pass and another quick kick forward is smothered off the boot. Might have even been smothered off the head there, actually. Here's a quick kick around the corner towards the forward pocket. Murray goes back, as does Big Williams. The ball is picked up for for Pearcedale, I should say, in defence. A quick kick out towards defensive 50. A high mark, attempted, no, not taken. Ball still on the ground. Now they can work their way out of trouble potentially here. They go towards centre wing and out towards the boundary line goes the ball and it goes over for a boundary throw-in. Rye up by 11 points. We're 19 minutes into the opening quarter.
How's Adam Kirkwood then, just on forward pocket there for Rye? Just brutal strength, shrugs off, defends Dusty style. Jeez, he's strong.
He probably rivals Mark Holt for the biggest calves in local football, just about.
He's an absolute bull, Adam Kirkwood, there's no question. Boys, just a quick early one as well. Looks like Wilson and Williams are going to do the straight swap as well as Tieran Head and Adam Kirkwood. So that's just incredibly dangerous to be a Rye football player. And, if you're a Pearcedale player, you're in some strife. As the ball finds itself in Achella's hands, looks for Ryan. Was a poor handball chopped off by Bravo. Good kick up towards Cow, sticks the Dukes up. Good fist comes from Define. Was Dakota Thompson, gets to the goal square. And it'll be fisted through for a minor score. Luke Jennings there absolutely screaming for a free kick.
Just on further on that point, Locke, the easiest thing that the sides can do is rest the ruckman 15, 20 minutes in the first quarter, stick him to the bench. Stick Ryan Williams at full forward. No one's going to be able to match up on the big man.
That is really smart by Adam Kirkwood and the coaching staff.
It was a poor kick brought in there by Dakota Thompson, and it's chopped off by Zane Hill, obviously kicking into the wind, couldn't get the journey, so he goes out wide to his captain in Travis Bravo. So Bravo probably still too far out to score, I would suggest, in this wind. He's backing himself though. The man stands the mark at about 45. He goes in for a short, quick one towards Daniel Baker. Good vision and good little lead and mark comes from Daniel Baker. So Daniel Baker probably improved the distance by about 20 metres, but unfortunately for the Dales, he's toughened the angle. He'll be kicking from the boundary line. So right up against that famous old toilet block here at Rye Football Club.
That also has seen many a thing, Lachlan.
Oh, hasn't that watched? As Daniel Baker walks in now, sets the ball sail. He likes it. He's trying to work it back, couldn't. It'll go through for a minor score. Great vision there by the goal umpire down there, Michael Voss. Can you remind us who that would be?
That would be my niece, Emma Young.
Yes, Michael Voss's niece, ladies and gentlemen. The
and
pride
of course,
and joy
on the
of
other
Voss
end,
family.
Lachlan Kelly's one of my mates, Scott Gathercole, well known in issue 8.
So the scoreboard reads Rye 2-5, 17 plays Pearcedale's 1-2-8 as it's a lovely kick brought in this time by Lee Morse.
Lovely.
Goes up towards half back, finds Kirkwood, who then goes with a further one up towards the wing position, finds Gabe Nacella. So Nacella on the wing position. The full forward can move for him here. That's what he's going to do. He's going to set it high for Tieran Head to fly. Just sticks those mitts up in the air and clunks one. A great duke mark there from Jordan Baker. Probably a bit of unrealistic excitedness.
No, I was going to say that was just a kick in hope, but Tieran Head made very, very good job of it.
And that's why I got a little bit excited, because you could see he just waited back and timed his jump. And you said go Gadget Arms. He stuck the Dukes up and he just sticks everything. He's such an important player for Rye.
He is. He'll kick from about 50. He's tied up against the scoreboard side of the ground. Sets the ball sail. Sets it out wide. Trying to work it back. Couldn't. We'll go through. Not even for a score, in fact. We'll go out of bounds and out of play, out on the full. So Rye will stay at 2-5, 17 plays. Pearcedale 1-2-8. We've played 22 minutes on the Rye Hotel scoreboard.
If this stays like this until quarter time, maybe another 4 minutes, 5 minutes short pass, Pearcedale will be happy.
They will be very happy.
Oh, look, there's no doubt that their pressure's been incredible in their defensive zone. They've just been really, really impressive. It's going to be good to see them kicking with the wind.
So Zane Hill will bring the ball back in for the Dales. That rule says that the man on the mark has to walk back to the edge of the square. Goes with a high one up towards half-back. Big fist comes from Kirkwood out towards Wilson. Swooped on it was McGuinness. Nice handball up towards his teammate there in Thornton. That's Cowlan Thornton. The umpire's picked a free kick for downfield. So the umpire's going to call it downfield. He wanted to call it back, but the umpire said no. Lachlan Cow can have it. Just in between wing position and half forward. So Lachlan Cow now kicking into the wind. Got to go with a short option. He does. He's got a good move, good lead from his teammate, but it was well done there by Lee Morse to chip in as he will all day. Goes backwards to his teammate now. Finds Ben Dixon, the deputy vice for the Rye Football Club. Nice wide kick. Finds his teammate in Matthew Hill from Manaliza. This year tries to go up towards his Manaliza teammate in Nick Strickland, but couldn't.
Strigo.
So Matt Hill, this is his second year at the Rye Football Club. Come up with the Manaliza players last year, and Strickland also the same. So they've bought a couple from Manaliza, has the Demons Football Club, obviously thanks to their captain Harry Whitty, no doubt. As the umpire brings the ball back in, members side of the ground, true wing position, good fist in the ruck, but unfortunately the boundary line will beat Travis Bravo to the football. We'll go out of bounds and out of play again, Michael Voss.
Yes, and just Pearcedale will be quite happy if they can sneak one before quarter time, even better. But if they can just hold this 9-point lead of Rye at the moment, with Rye going with the long wing, kicking towards the centre of the ground. It's not marked. It's picked up here for Pearcedale, and they might have an opportunity for a late one. There's a hand pass across. It wasn't the greatest of hand passes, and now kick off the ground out towards the wing area. It was by Hampton. It's still at attacking 50. The ball rolls back inside. Pearcedale's attacking 50, and the umpire says, I'm going to ball it up. Rye 2-6-18. Pearcedale 1-2-8. The Rye Hotel scoreboard. The start of 2019. Football is well and truly back. It's a bit chilly, but it's fine weather at the moment, and not really a sign of any rain at this stage. Anyhow, let's hope we get through the afternoon without too many issues with the weather?
I'm fine out here, Michael Voss, with my Jetty Road Brewery beanie on. Thanks to Jetty Road, JP. Him and I are besties now, don't you worry about that.
And we're reaching new heights.
We are, thanks to Hurricane Ladders.
Step by step.
Oh, this year's going to be so good.
That it is. We got some brilliant sponsors on board.
Thanks to Adam Westaway too, and make sure you contact the station if you want to get on board with us, I suppose, and the football team here. We know how to do it, that's for sure.
So Struth with a big left hoofing ball up towards the defensive pocket, but great fist comes from Lee Morse on that occasion.
Struth, he's getting around it, isn't he?
Struth is. He certainly is. There's big chase Struth as Dylan Duncan gets up a bit ginger from that contest for the Dales. So the ball about 35 out from the Dales goal. We've played 25 and a half minutes on the Rye Hotel scoreboard. It's 2-6-18 plays Pearcedale's 1-2-8. As Michael Voss has been touching on, they'll be happy as is, but if they can sneak one from this little congestion, they'll be even more happier as the ball's brought back in. Williams with the big fist down towards no one in particular. Hussey tries to dive on it, couldn't. He gets one in the back. Umpire said no, wasn't there. So I'll take that pill, thank you very much.
Some of the advancements too, boys, this year. The flux capacitor sees us streaming beautifully on Facebook and YouTube. So
Absolutely.
Of course, socials are going off the chart. So jump on, watch some vision.
So good fist come from McGuinness on that occasion in that contest. Jaron Ostrom tried to jump on the footy. Unfortunately, he was jumped upon as well. So they've gained some ground here, Pearcedale. They're a quick snap away from goal. They're about 15 out on a 25-degree angle, so they'll be pressing hard, no doubt here. McGuinness v Williams. McGuinness wins that one towards the top of the square. Kick off the ground if he can. Couldn't. He got the ball to the foot to it, but went through for a minor.
As you said, Michael, Ryan needs to stop anything that really Pearcedale are doing to go forward, because they need to lock it down right now.
They do. So Lee Morse, he wants to go long and strong, runs to about 15, goes up towards wing position, flies there, goes without it, spills out the back towards that man there in Nachella. He goes with a quick kick up towards half forward, solidly met there, was tearing head by Zane Hill, spills out the back, Frawley. Nice handball, finds Scoble. Oh, he's put his teammate under some pressure. Here is Scoble. Will it stay in? It does just. And good mark taken there by Jordan Baker, but tell you what, he didn't want that too much. He's got it on the members' side of the ground, defensive pocket. He's got Struth this side. Instead, he chooses to go the far side. Has a bounce. Handball out towards defensive pocket, finds Frawley. He goes on the left. It's a shank of a kick, and Strickland takes a nice diving mark. They won't be too happy about that, the Dales there, because they had it about 15 metres out from goal, but that's really what that wind does, isn't it? Just absolutely transition to kick football down to this end of the ground, and it finds itself in Nick Strickland's hands. The man will stand the mark about 45 out, only a slight 20-degree angle. So it'll be a big kick for Nick Strickland if he can kick this, because as we've touched on, they'll want a bigger lead than this going into quarter time. As we said, it's about a 5 to 6 goal breeze. We played 27 and a half. There's the siren, so he'll be kicking on the quarter time siren. This will be big for the Demos if he can kick it. He sets the ball sail from 50.
Good.
He was happy with it straight
good.
away, and he slots it. So Strickland with his first and Rise third. They'll go to 3-6-24, plays Pearcedale's 1-3-9. We played 28 minutes in that opening term, and we'll be back with a quarter time wrap. You're listening to RPPFM, the voice of Peninsula football.
Our sponsor, the Rye Hotel, are proud to be servicing the Rye community. The Rye Hotel is renowned for their good old-fashioned service and hospitality. Group bookings are welcome. Luxury accommodation offering 44 stylish suites with spacious lounges, spa bars and modern conference facilities. Weekly pool competition and poker and public bar amenities. Try our new menu. Function facilities available. Courtesy bus available. Phone 5985 2277 or visit ryehotel.com.au. Station sponsor.
At Bendigo Bank, we're not your typical big bank.
Mornington and Safety Beach. Chemist Warehouse is your one-stop winter shop. Chemist Warehouse, a station sponsor.
Bass Surfboards, our last independent surfboard company. Visit Muzz at Bass HQ in Dramana. Real people, real service, 100% Peninsula. Bass.
For a cracking second quarter. Let's do it.
We certainly are. It'll be Murray and Williams starting in the centre of the ground for both sides. Williams flies up, so does Murray. Williams wins it down towards Kirkwood. He just goes with a quick one off the ground up towards Strickland. It's an half forward. Hill tries to float back, couldn't. Somehow finds it in his hands. Strickland robbed him of it. Goes with a quick kick to the top of the square. Out to meet it was Wilson. Just goes for a tap along the ground. Boyington now strips. Right foot snap. It's a grubber. It's going to stay high and stay in play. Tearing head out to meet it with Scoble. Good fist comes from behind there by Bo Scoble. Will go out of bounds and out of play. Bo Scoble was impressive in that first term. He really attacked the footy hard and just read the footy rather than worrying about his opponent.
14 points, so 3-5-1-3, just confirming that score.
So the ball brought back into play. Wilson wins that tap down towards Kirkwood. Tried to shrug one off, couldn't. Handball spills out towards Hampton. Bravo first on it, picks the footy up now. Just pushed off the footy there by his opponent in Nick Rowson. Spills out towards Hampton now. Nice handball to Wilson. Back to Williams, back to Garlick. Normally good by footies. Garlick goes up towards a leading Strickland. Over his head. Nearly fell into Head's arms, couldn't. Hussey with a handball out towards the defensive pocket. Scoble just shrugs one off, but unfortunately ran out of bounds whilst trying to do so. So it'll be a boundary throw in about 50 out from the Demons' goal. Again, Pearcedale defence just holding on quite strong.
Good crowd in attendance here this afternoon, considering the weather hasn't been ultra kind.
Always is it right, Michael?
Hopefully the cars around the ground listening to Jetty Road match of the day as Tieran Head wins possession. The footy goes to go back inboard for Kirkwood. Well stripped of it though by Trent Robertson. Looks up towards half forward position. Out to meet it was Cowell. He hits the ball hard. Fist from Morse was good. Bravo dives on the footy. Gets taken without umpire. Umpire said play on. Oh, bad work there by the man in Dakota Thompson. Just bounced off his shins. You've got to bend your back and pick it up, son, because you had clear possession of that footy and he knows that he's not happy with himself.
Jetty Road Brewery 2 Lock, one of the major sponsors of the RPP footy team this year. Welcome aboard Jetty Road, JP and the crew. Just great to be on board.
So Struth goes for a quick handball, finds Gearan. Gearan quickly jumped upon there by it.
Very good draft too, Michael Voss.
No, that was the yellow, or was that the blue?
That was the blue.
That was the blue.
Yellow was the draft. Sorry,
ball
mate,
brought back into play. Bravo with a quick kick forward. Will go out of bounds and out of play.
Known for their pale ale. That's the beer they started with.
So deep in the pocket of the Dales. They'll be looking to get one early on the board, no question here. Pearcedale. The ball's brought back into play. Williams will go up uncontested. Handball finds Kirkwood. Kirkwood with a quick one up towards defensive 50. Boyington in a one-on-one with Struth. Struth gets a fist on it. Strickland, good pick-up. Comes in to give a lending hand. Nice by Rowson. Handball back to Strickland. Just delayed time. Strickland looks up towards half forward. Don't know what he saw. He only saw Limemuller, but Limemuller drops a sitter. Was worried about what was coming from behind. There was nothing there.
Off the
he
ball.
Was dealt with after the footy there. And it'll be a downfield free kick. So Glenn Boyington coming a little bit late there. It'll be Daniel Baker to take possession of the footy for the downfield. So Daniel Baker and Jordan Baker both come across from the Outer East Football League, join Pearcedale. You might find that that's a fair case for most of the sides. He goes to a one-on-one. Hussey, one hand in the back, spills out the back. If he can get there off the ground, he could get a goal, but he couldn't. The ball was just too quick for them. We'll go through for a minor score. So
that was hound after the fox lock, that was.
It was. So Pearcedale go to 1-4-10, plays right, 3-5-23. 3.5 gone on the Rye Hotel scoreboard, Michael Voss.
Yeah, and Ryan Williams there just didn't quite do enough to kill that ball, but unfortunately the ball trickled over the line, beating Hussey over for that. So for that behind, here's a chance for Pearcedale. Ball picked up by Ostrom. It was hand passed to him by Murray, but the umpire says it is holding the ball, and Rye will take the free kick at defensive half back. Here's a chance for them to go forward, and they go towards the centre of the ground. That is over the shoulder, dropped to his knees, but that is a free kick every day of the week.
Very sloppy there from Reece Twyford.
Just no need.
And the free kick there is gone to Boyington. It was who went towards the left forward pocket.
Tyrant flies.
A chance there for Hill it was. And now a hand pass and a kick down the line towards Kirkwood, who takes the mark. 20 metres in the clear. Adam Kirkwood can play on. He gets the ball out. He's got no help. He's absolutely, now he's got to go and get it himself. A quick kick towards the attacking 50. Drops short once again. The mark has been taken. I think that's by Zane Hill down there once again. He goes in short. He's looking for an option. He doesn't find one. The ball does fall kindly here for Pearcedale if they can get the ball over the top here. The ball's in the centre of the cricket pitch area now. Kick towards half forward. It's taken by Murray. He got tackled. probably by the hair, actually. There's plenty of it.
Yeah,
and
good
the
call,
umpire says
umpire.
holding the ball.
Definitely
And
took him on, Michael Voss. You can't do that. You take him on, you got to get out of it.
he just thought he'd take the tackle and he'd have a ball up there, but not to be, and rightly so, as you said.
Absolutely.
So Josh Garner tried to go for a short one out wide, but it was well chopped off by Scoble. He gets his kick smothered, still manages to find itself up on the wing position. You can tell, boys, that Kirkwood has just placed himself behind this ball with this heavy wind blowing. He goes with a short one now as Kirkwood finds Williams. And Pye said not 15, play on. Gives a handball back to McIndoe. Now back to Kirkwood. He looks out towards the latter side of the ground. Nice kick, finds his teammate in Matthew Hill. Now they run and spread. Normally good by footies. Matthew Hill goes with one inboard. Was nice, finds Hampton. So Peter Hampton in the middle of the ground, looks out wide. He's got Boynton the lead. It's a 2-on-1. Baker stands in front of him and takes a nice strong mark. So the ball just held up in the breeze. He plays on quickly up towards Gearan. Now back to Daniel Baker. Now to a running Luke Adams in the middle of the ground. Just whacks it on a boot. Did not look because Lee Morse has just positioned himself nicely.
Great Mustaki.
He's calling for a teammate to come at him. As Kalani Ryan will fly against Kai Wilkinson. Gets those jukes up. Takes a nice strong mark. So Kalani Ryan, who burst into the scene for the Demons last year, looks to play a full season for them this year. Goes up towards forward now. His teammate in Josh Garner, but well done by Travis Bravo. Just edged his teammate in Josh Garner, his opponent in fact, under the footy and took a nice strong mark. So the skipper for the Dales, nice vision inboard, finds Gearan. He wanted to run it for a handball, but well chopped off there by Boyington. So Gearan in the middle of the ground now. Not many options ahead of him, and Rye have really flooded that defence. So he has to go wide to a running Bravo. It's 1-on-1. It's a foot race between Hill and Bravo, but the boundary line will beat them both to it and go out of bounds and out of play. So Rye just really positioning themselves up really well at the moment, and Pearcedale are struggling to find that option forward of the football. So the ball brought back into play. Tough throw in. The umpire will recall it because it was a pretty average throw in, pretty hard into this howling southerly breeze. So take a few steps in, boundary ref, and throw the pill in. It'll be Williams and McGuinness to do the ruck work. So a young kid in McGuinness versus a big fella Williams. Williams just outbodies him easy, but it spills out the back. Out to meet it is Hussey. Sotherly shrugs off the tackle from Dixon. Goes with a quick kick to the top of the square. Cow bounces off his chest. Tries to swoop on it. There was Cow, couldn't. Spills to ground. First on it's going to be Nacella. Does he have the composure to get out? He does, but he coughs one around the mitts. The umpire said he took him on, so that'll be holding the ball. That's great tackling there by Trent Robinson.
He ducked ahead.
He shrugged him off the first time. Tried to shrug him the second time and couldn't. Copped one around the mitts, but the umpire said it was why you try to shrug. So great work there by Trent Robertson of the Dales. He pings Gabe Nacella about 15 out, 25-degree angle. This will be a big start to this second quarter if he can kick it, trying to work it back. Hits the woodwork. Go through for a minor. So Pearcedale got a 1-5, 11 plays Rye, 3-5, 23. 8 minutes gone on the Rye Hotel scoreboard.
And this is a smart move. Tieran Head getting behind the ball as well. Get their best users down there, get the big body and get the good ball users down there. And the only problem is when they get the ball forward, have they got the targets? But they're holding firm here at the moment. 8 minutes gone in this quarter and no goal with Pearcedale with the win. Kick off the ground is inside attacking 50 for Pearcedale, and the ball goes over for a boundary throw in. The breeze just starting to pick up once again down here at the Riley Reserve as the ball is about to be thrown back into play by the boundary umpire. It's Rye by 12 points at this stage. Ball thrown back in. It just sort of drifts away a little bit there with the breeze. It's hard to get the perfect throw in today, that's for sure. McIndoe trying to pick up the ball and get the ball out. He gets the ball and he was tackled as he tried to get rid of it. The ball's still only about 15 metres out from the Pearcedale goal, going to the scoreboard in with the win. The umpire says, I'm going to ball it up.
Thanks, Michael Voss.
Geez, big Ryan Williams was lucky to get away with that. He dug his knee into the turf and took up about 3 inches of soil and somehow got out of it as Tieran Head swoops that from the congestion. Nice kick out towards Lee Morse. He's got plenty of space if he wants. He takes a bounce, runs up towards a defensive 50. He's got one over the top. He does. Good kick finds Matthew Hill. He's got another one over the top if he can find it quickly. He delays time, goes backwards, finds Tieran Head. So they want the switch. Gabe Nacella out the far side of the ground, but Tieran Head said no. He's playing on, but he's got not much ahead of him, so he's just got to kick it and hope. He goes up towards his teammate there in Strickland. Well done there by Zane Hill, though, who's happy to see the ball out of bounds and out of play. Very good size. Zane Hill plays as a midfielder and a small defender, but he's the size of a key.
Handy to have in your side lock, I would have thought.
Probably gets a bit aggressive too. He's got red hair, there's no question. There's a ball brought back into play. McGuinness v Williams. Williams again with that body, just gets the body out. Gearin dives on the footy, just not pressured by anyone. Manages to get an easy handball away towards Daniel Baker. Handball now, just goes inside to the top of the goal square. Murray in a one-on-one with Wackendow. It's going over the back. It'll bounce out of play. So Bravo and Tieran Head having a little run in net. Tieran Head,
I like that.
Dive to the ground and sooked it up a little bit like Dylan Grimes on Thursday night.
Don't get you started.
No, please don't. That's an absolute joke. Anyway, the ball will be brought back into play. Murray takes it out of the ruck. Handball backwards to Cow. Goes for a big snap around the corner, but all by himself is Matty McIndoe in the defensive square.
He'd hear footsteps and look around and go, come on, at me.
Matty McIndoe. Oh, yes, he would. A very, very tough man. As Matty McIndoe, the left footer, goes up towards half-back looking for Wilson.
Great kick.
Was a great kick. Just set it to his advantage, and Wilson with the strong Dukes takes it. Looks up towards Strickland on the wing position in a big, strong lead. Good fist comes there from Limemuller, though, and will be fisted out of bounds and out of play.
Just on that exchange then, just in front of us, Lock, with Tieran Head. He's got up from that, just shaking his hand a bit, so I'm going to keep an eye on that one.
Bit of a Jack Rewalt, you think, short pass.
Yeah, well, you never know. Jeez, 4 weeks off. You wouldn't have thought it on the vision.
So centre wing position, ball brought back into play. Wilson v McGuinness. McGuinness gets that one down to Wilkinson. Good handball, just chopped off there by Hampton as it spills down towards centre half back. Struth picks it up, handball to Hussey. Hussey absolutely smashed off the football there by Dixon, and Dixon lets him know about it. He'll be holding the ball. So good tackle there from Dixon, the deputy vice, as he looks across the face of the ground. Finds Tieran Head now, pressured by Luke Jennings. Looks to go quickly up towards Benny Garlick now on the wing position for the Demons. Again with another short one. Nice one, finds Clayton Barnes. So
Possessive
Clayton Barnes up on the wing position, just slowly making their way up. That one was good, but bounced off Strickland's chest. Zane Hill strips him of it. Goes up for a sweeping handball to McGuinness. He's on his knees. He's got a handball. Does. Finds Baker. No, in fact, it's Struth. Oh, Struth, son, you've got to get your foot to the footy. You didn't. A nice steal there comes from McKenzie. He looks up towards the wing position. Garlick gets it stripped off him. McGuinness. He gets a tap off the ground up towards Wilkinson. Wilkinson dived upon. And the umpire making his way in slowly and will throw the ball up true wing position.
True. Struth.
Halfway through the quarter, no goals scored. Rye very happy. They still hold a 2-goal lead as Pearcedale looking for that initial opening in this quarter. Rye will clear. Not anymore. That's a good tackle. No talk whatsoever. Now they can play on. That's worse because the kick went towards Tieran Head. They was only 30 metres out. The ball was absolutely toe poked to head. It went straight out towards the boundary line, and the marker's been taken out there by McGuinness, who goes in short. Not a good kick. Adam Kirkwood can get it, can go. Those big legs of Kirkwood. He goes towards half forward. He's looking there for a teammate there. I think that's Wilson out there. He goes with the high kick towards centre half forward. Kirkwood's going to go up and try and take the mark.
Good mark.
He ran about 100 metres to get to that contest, Adam Kirkwood, for the time he got the ball. The ball is at centre half forward for the Rye side. They're going against the wind in this second quarter. They'll be very happy with the way things are going. They've held Pearcedale goalless. It's a very strong wind out there at the moment as the Pearcedale side looking to clear, and they do. Murray a hand pass and now quick kick out towards the centre wing. Numbers will be with Rye. In fact, the only number out there will be Tieran Head, who can pick up the ball. He turns around. He's got plenty of time to assess his options. He goes long towards the centre wing. It's picked up once again, and they can go. They can go with one bounce. They can go towards half forward.
Oh, good mark.
That was a good mark.
Really good defensive mark, Michael.
That's an early contender for Hurricane Ladder's mark of the day, that one, as he goes up towards wing position over Bravo's head. The wind just took it. Wilson picks the ball up now. Nice handball, finds Barnes. Barnes with a short one, finds Hampton. So Peter Hampton with possession of the footy. He's got a lead coming from Strickland. Good kick finds him. That one didn't bounce off his chest. He takes that solidly. He's got a runner in. Matty Hill was a poor kick. Boyington out to meet it now. Straight through him. Darren Ostrom stripped to the footy. Somehow got a handball out towards Luke Adams. He's dived upon. Now Luke Adams gets possession of the footy. Nice handball to Scoble. Scoble back to Adams, and now he's off. He can swoop with that left leg. Goes in towards the middle of the ground. Oh, he didn't jump Jennings. He was petrified. Tieran Head takes the footy. Goes out towards the wing position. Was a poor kick. All by himself is Baker. Got an unlucky bounce, but fortunately for him, Struth is there to help him. Nice shepherd from Struth. Handball inside at Jennings. Wasn't scared of that one. Daniel Baker possession of the footy. Handball over the top to Duncan. Back to Baker. He's gone. Lee Morse just dived on him and said, "You're mine, son." But unfortunately for the Demons and Lee Morse, he didn't have prior, so it'll be a throw up about 45 out from the Pearcedale goal.
As expected, Locke, Adam has a backman running around by himself, just making sure that whenever the ball comes down, go Locke. That's okay. Goes out of bounds anyway.
You can continue now.
I can. So really smart, Vossi, by Adam. Just that loose player in their back line. Really smart.
Yeah, 15 minutes have elapsed and no harm's been put to the scoreboard by them. So Pearcedale have only scored 2 behinds this quarter. Rye haven't scored, but they haven't had to.
That's exactly right. As Cow tries to get out of that congestion with the footy, somehow he's extracted the footy. Handball back finds him, smothered nicely there by Lee Mawson. Will go out of bounds and out of play right in front of that Rye Hotel scoreboard that reads Rye 3-5-23 plays Pearcedale 1-5-11, 15 and a half gone.
Really lucky not to be pinged holding the ball then.
So ball brought back in, it'll be Wilson v McGuinness. Spills down towards Cowell, he gets jumped upon. Wilson dives on the footy, spills out the back towards Dixon. Dumps on Dixon there, does Hussey. And again the umpire, about 20 out, direct in front of the Pearcedale goal. Will throw the ball up. Where it'll be young McGuinness v young Wilson. Both the kids in the ruck. Hampton gets that one. He tries to give a handball away. Stripped by Hussey. He gets tackled by Dixon. Now Gearan. He gets speared there by Rowson. And the ball will barely move from where the last throw up will be.
You wouldn't want to get tackled by Dixon either, would you? He's a big unit, strong lad.
Fierce footballer, no doubt, as McGuinness goes with a fresh air. He spills down towards Duncan. Nice handball to Hussey, but Hussey, not much of a left foot there, will go out of bounds and out on the full.
Unfortunate, just as he kicked it, the wind picked up then and pushed the ball out of bounds on the full.
I'm sure he'll use that excuse, but I think it was just a poor left foot.
Giving him something, Locke.
You've got to give him something, so it'll be Tiernan to bring the ball back in. Just goes for a long one up towards Josh Garner, but Murray, he strips it. Hussey now with a second opportunity on his preferred short. One finds Baker. He's swamped by Matty McIndoe. There's certainly no getting away from that man when it's in his vicinity.
He had 5 metres on his opponent there. He just sat there and waited for it rather than attacking it, and the opportunity was lost there.
Spot on, Michael.
So McGuinness goes with a big fist, spills down towards Baker. In comes Jaron Ostrom. He's well wrapped up by Peter Hampton. Peter Hampton being good so far in those congestions, winning that hard ball and not letting Pearcedale get away with an easy one, no doubt. So it'll be McGuinness v Wilson. McGuinness with the big tap out, down towards Rowson. Stolen there by Duncan. Quick kick around the corner was great. Tiernan had that loose, as you heard Shaw Pass mention, just standing in that defensive goal square.
Was that 15 metres?
Didn't think so, but it was, said the umpire. So it'll be Kirkwood now in defensive pocket. Goes with a poor kick. That's a rare mistake there from Adam Kirkwood. Murray chops one off at about 50. He's probably got the the distance, does Muzz. He'll kick from about 55 as a howling wind behind him. I reckon he just needs to have a crack here.
He's going to.
He's going to. The big left foot up. Preferred side for him. It's an absolute helicopter, but does it get there? No. Tiernan Head just on the line. Gets the hands through, and it'll go through for a minor score. So Pearcedale got a 1-6-12 Rye, 3-5-23. Tiernan Head looked to play on quickly, then doubled back, goes with wide, short one, finds Matthew Hill just in front of Tommy Craven. Members side of the ground, defensive pocket for the Demons. He's got a couple of players standing ahead of him with their hands in the air. One of them is Matty McIndoe. Sticks the Dukes up. Good fist comes from Frawley. Nice by Gearan. Gives a handball out towards Scoble, who just goes one out wide. First on it was Kalani Ryan. Dives on it to Duncan. That was good work by him. Hussey now tries to get a handball away. Dixon smothered that. Dives on it. There does Trent Robertson. Good defensive pressure, defensive forward pressure there from Trent Robertson. He's been good at that so far in this game of football as Murray goes against Wilson. Good fist from Murray. Dives on the footy there as Rowson somehow gets the footy out. Nice kick there comes from Matt Wiley up towards wing position. Williams gets a fisted away. Keep an eye on that little blue in front of a short pass. Garner sells some candy. Handball back to Wilson now. Swamped by Hussey. Hussey finds a handball out towards Baker. Up towards Duncan now. Sinana forward. He gets absolutely wrapped up and smashed there by Matty Wilson.
Just trying to get in Rowson's headlock these, because Rowson obviously has, people would have heard, he's cutting it up, so they're trying to get in his head, rough him up.
So quick kick out of that contest up towards a wing position. Garner gets it spoiled by Zane Hill. Scoble goes for a handball to Frawley. Wilkinson there wraps up Hampton a bit too high. Umpire was blindsided. Handball out now towards Rowson. Handball then further upon. But he was pinged holding the ball there, was Matt Wiley. Just didn't have enough time, the reserves vice-captain. So it'll be Max Gearan with that solid tackle. So Max Gearan on true wing position here. Members side of the ground and sees a runner out wide. It's Luke Adams, but didn't allow for that win, and it went straight over his head. Will go out of bounds and out of play. So right on the 50-metre line for the Dales. In the ruck is big Ryan Williams versus big Luke Murray. So the two big dogs of this game. There is plenty of hair on Muzz. He's had that haircut for a very, very long time as the ball's brought back into play. Williams goes with a big fist over the back, but standing there all by himself was Daniel Baker. He's had plenty of the footy so far in his first half. Dives on it. And dives on him does Will Cooper. So the ball will stay. Umpire will throw it up. Again, those two big men to do the work. Murray wins that one only as far as Kirkwood. Tackled as he handballed it. Rowson dives on it. Ostrom smashes him into the ground. Geez, they're making him earn it today, Rowson, as Morse runs out of half-back. Nice kick up towards Strickland. He dropped a mark that he should have taken. Spills to ground. Dives on it now to Scoble. Scoble runs up towards half forward. Nice short one. Founds Ostrom. But Ostrom just bounced off his scone. He's smashed by Rowson after he smashed Rowson. So dives on it now to Clayton Barnes. He's got some time. Ostrom after him. Nice solid tackle, spills to Kirkwood. He goes for a sloppy handball back to Tierenhead. He's under some pressure. He didn't want it. Spills to Jennings. Right foot snap just in the nick of time. There was the man in Dakota Thompson. But that was a poor kick brought back into play, and it'll find its hands of Kylan Thornton.
We've seen a couple of clearing kicks there by Rye, just going into Pearcedale's hands, Vossi. It's not how they want to clear the ball, straight back in the hands of Pearcedale, so adding more pressure.
It'll be Kylan Thornton.
You can tell it's round one, basically. There's a lot of running around out there. It's both sides wanting this ball, wanting to win, but their skill level at the moment, the marking has probably not helped a little bit with the marking, with the win. But some of it's just poor as well.
So it'll be Thornton from 45, sets the ball sail, it's working its way back, it gets there.
Touched.
Umpire says touch. Somehow Tierenhead has got those
now
Inspector Gadget arms up. And he's gone through for a minor score. It didn't look touch from here.
Now the field umpire went down from outside the goal square to confer, was that officially touch? Well, he shouldn't be doing that.
No, the umpire's called it, so the umpire's called it. He's in best position as it's brought out by Tierenhead. Rowson, nice handball, finds Hampton. He's got some time. Jaron Ostrom under his pursuit. Nice handball out wide to a free Strickland who can run towards 50. Sets the ball to the top of the square. It was a bit of a nothing kick. Foot race now. It's Gabe Nacella with a left foot snap. A good fist comes from that man there in Jordan Baker, and it'll go through for a minor score. So
I know they do it in the AFL, boys, but I just don't like the look of it when the field umpire's here to do a job, field umpiring, boundary umpire's here to do a job, boundary umpiring.
Yeah, I know, and I agree, Michael. What I think it is, it's a little bit of staging as well. It's, they need to be seen as being across everything, so I think it's a little bit for show.
So ball back in now by Bravo, goes with a short one to Frawley, gets the handball back, looks towards centre half forward, had to be a good kick, wasn't great. Rowson gets a fist in, spills out towards Lee Morse, who gets possession of the footy. Nice handball back to Williams, who was a bit under pressure. Nacella now, he's going to be swamped, he is. Thornton now to Bravo, who can run towards 50, set the ball at the top of the square. Hussey in prime position. He probably should have shepherded that one through there, Hussey, because that was going through for a sausage, but he stuck the Dukes up in the air, dropped to centre and went through for a minor. So Pearcedale now 1-8-14 plays Rye, 3-6-24, 23 gone on the Rye Hotel scoreboard. 5
points they've kicked this quarter. Pearcedale, Rye have kicked 1, so no goals scored in this second quarter as a long kick coming out from Tierenhead out towards the half back line. He'll spend all his time up at this end of the ground. Absolutely no doubt about that. There's another big mark by Ryan Williams out there, as the boys just said. So Williams it is. He's looking for an option. He gets a hand pass off towards Morse, who's had a good game so far down in defence. Lee Morse, he goes towards the centre wing. The ball is knocked away towards the boundary line and goes over for a boundary throw-in. So we're just about at half time, maybe only a minute or maybe 90 seconds or so to go. You would have thought wouldn't be too much longer to go. No goals scored in this second quarter. It's Rye leading by 10 points in the match of the day this afternoon. There's a hand pass. Can we get a goal late in this quarter? A kick towards the centre wing, the broadcast wing. The mark has been taken. They've got the numbers sort of loose out here if they can get the ball over the top. There's an opportunity there for Dixon. Now a hand pass back and Rye can go forward towards attacking 50. Wasn't the greatest of kicks, and there is half time in the match of the day. And at half time it is Rye 3-6-24 with goals to Strickland, to Darlick and also to Boyington, and Pearcedale's one goal was by Jaron Ostrom. Pearcedale a 1 goal 8-14 at half time, so it's Rye up by 10 points And, it's anyone's ball
disappointed.
game, short pass.
Yeah, look, it is anyone's ball game. Obviously, third quarter, Rye kicking with the breeze this quarter. They're going to want a big one. They're going to want to turn it on, unlike I think they didn't give it enough in the first. But to their credit... Pardon?
They were let off.
They were let off, and to their credit, they stopped Pearcedale from doing the same thing. So, both sides looking really good, playing good defensive football. As you said, Vossi, I just think, first game of the round, obviously just lacking a little bit of skills, but that'll come. Kirk is now just talking to them in the middle of the ground, as the same is Pearcedale. So having a little chat before they go back into the club rooms. I think it's been a pretty impressive first half. Let's see what the second half brings, thanks to Jetty Road Brewery.
Still pretty good signs for Rye, though, gentlemen. Obviously, they're playing this game really well. They defended really well in that,
I think so.
In that second term, and really they needed to, because if Pearcedale had got a run on, then they really didn't take advantage of the win. But then you look at the players walking to that huddle and walking from that huddle that aren't playing today. Jimmy Jennings, Harry Whitty, Tom Baker, Josh Curran, a big recruit that is currently away there. 5 players that have massive ins back into the Rye Football Club. So if they can get away with a win now, from all reports, they'll get Tommy Baker and Jimmy Jennings back in about 5 weeks' time. Curran will be back next week, and Whitty's probably 2 away. So if they can hold on until then they're a serious sniff of making finals this year. Pearcedale, well, that quarter they'll probably be pretty disappointed. 1-8 on the scoreboard, so they certainly had their opportunities, just couldn't take advantage of them. But a credit to Rye, they pressured them every time they went forward. They'll be angry though, Pearcedale. They could have taken advantage, they didn't, boys. That'll be it for the first half of football. We'll go to a short break and come back to you with the second half action of the Jetty Road Brewery match of the day. You're listening to RPPFM, the voice of Peninsula football.
At Bendigo Bank, we're not your typical big bank. We don't have big egos or big attitudes. We don't splurge on big junkets or shoot big commercials. We don't make big empty promises or keep big secrets. No, we just think by doing the little things right, we'll make a big difference to our customers. So try Bendigo Bank, the better big bank. A station sponsor.
Our sponsor, the Rye Hotel, are proud to be servicing the Rye community. The Rye Hotel is renowned for their good old-fashioned service and hospitality. Group bookings are welcome. Luxury.
Yeah,
in a great posse down
amazing.
there.
That's a terrific facility there on centre wing. It'd be nice if it was the coach's box, but I think they're going to use it.
I'm sure you'll make some suggestions.
A few people have said I need a padded room on game day. I get a bit vocal, but it's amazing. They're going to use it, I think, throughout the year for sponsors' days, and it can hold probably up to 20 people in there in standing room behind the glass right on centre wing, and 10 metres high in the air. So
it's fantastic.
Yeah, they've done a great job.
And with that, I suppose, what expectations for 2019?
Oh, look, just want to improve on last year. I certainly think every side, if you look at their final 5 from last year, they've all recruited well. They've all improved their list, every one of them. So I think every side in the comp has improved their list. It was the first year of Div 1, Div 2 again, like the old days. Everyone sort of had a...
How much you love her this Mother's Day? Book your table at the Brooks Restaurant and spoil her with an authentic 3-course Italian menu to share. Think cured meats with truffle honey. Think 12-hour pulled lamb. Think cannelloni filled with ricotta mousse. Think Brooks Restaurant and Bar. Sunday, May 12. Bookings are essential.
The Brooks site, 1263 Point Nepean Road, Rosebud, 5986 5544.
On big junkets or shoot big commercials. We don't make big empty promises or keep big secrets. No, we just think by doing the little things right, we'll make a big difference to our customers. So try Bendigo Bank, the better big bank. A station sponsor.
And welcome back to RJ Rowley Reserve. Great to hear there from Nick Jewell. Great work.
Joining us, Pete Susovich, just wrapping it up, talking about today's game, amongst other things, Lock. So after the siren, and then we move on to Neil Custerson and his show in Women in Sport, which is going to be a doozy as well.
That was a good show Wednesday night, boys. Was
a great show that Neil put on. Really good.
So the scoreboard reads, Rye 3-6-24, Pearcedale 1-8-14. Rye will be kicking with the wind in his quarter, and you sense that Adam Kirkwood certainly would have had a chat with his boys, and they'll be wanting to hit that scoreboard pretty damn hard.
They'll win the game
the early
if
code.
they're up.
Don't we love it? Ball back in
Gonna
the
go
middle
early.
of the ground. McGuinness v Williams. Big tough task for McGuinness today as Williams wins that one straight down to Kalani Ryan. Sweeping handball to Hill. They're in the full forward line already. Up will go Rowson. Couldn't take it to ground. Good strong mark. The defender there, Luke
Don't know
Adams.
about that, Lock.
Great strong mark there by Luke Adams. Campbell Robbins just couldn't get his hands to the football. So Luke Adams with that precise left foot gets it smothered. On it quickly was Trent Robinson. He's wrapped up there by Glenn Boynton. There's no getting away from that little
nugget
forward pest in
Boynton.
Glenn
Great
Boynton.
player, as
He
you
is.
said, Lock. Just good to see getting around the local clubs.
So Wilson now gets a handball up towards
deliberate.
Boynton. Boynton just whacks one on the hands and will go out of bounds and out of play. So interesting to see Wilson. Obviously, a ruckman just going with no shin pads. That could hurt.
Rye building a bit of a defensive wall, Lock. Good to see. Junior footy.
So ball back into play. McGuinness wins that one only as far as Campbell Robbins. He's pressured there by Luke Adams. Ball go out of bounds and out of play.
Interesting enough, Ryan Williams just sitting out here on the wing,
umpires
member side.
Umpires picked a free kick, said it was in the back, so it'll be a free kick to Campbell Robbins, tight up on the boundary line. Member side of the ground, there's no doubt the crowd will
Bit
be
of right to left, Lock.
over the field of this. The Rye boys standing up on the deck, they'll be riding this one home. He sets a ball sail, just didn't set it right far enough. It'll go through for a minus score on the left-hand side, so the Demons will move to 3-7-25, plays Pearcedale's 1-8-14, a minute and a half gone on the Rye Hotel scoreboard.
Good positioning by Emma, my niece down there. Just a very good decision down there.
Don't we love a plug? It was straight through the middle of the behinds, Michael Voss. Not very tough work.
But she got under
for
it, Lock.
the niece.
Mutual Admiration Society. No, she does a great job. 5 senior grand finals, I think she's done in 8 years. She's doing a great job. So Hill with the kick out from full back out towards half back. Going up, that's a good mark in front.
That is a contender for Hurricane Ladders mark of the day, that one, no doubt.
Absolutely.
Can't play on from a mark, so hence the reason the ball has to come back. The mark was taken by Scoble.
Definitely a contender, Lock, for the Hurricane mark of the day.
Sword high for that one as the ball is taken by Hill, who goes for the kick down towards centre wing. Packer players go up, ball comes to the ground, a hand pass out.
He's gone.
And that is a tackle there by Rowson on his opponent there in Thornton it was. Now the ball comes back towards the player there in Baker. He goes towards half forward, but it's taken there by Kirkwood. A hand pass and Rye go through the centre. They've got the opportunity here through Morse. He goes towards half forward. He's got a teammate on his own there, and that is Nick Strickland who plays on. He goes towards full forward. Poor kick. Poor kick. The mark has been taken in defence by Scoble. 2 marks in the last 30 or 40 seconds by Bo Scoble. He goes with a kick out towards half back. Wasn't a real good one. The mark has been taken by Kalani Ryan, who's got it 60 metres out from goal. He goes towards the top of the goal square. They need a mark down there. They're not going to quite get one. The ball comes to the back. Still an opportunity as the ball is kicked off the ground and out of bounds on the full. That's against Rye because they defensively kicked it back looking for a teammate, but it went straight over the head. And that is a free kick to Pearcedale. Rye 3-7-25, Pearcedale 1-8-14 with 3.5 minutes in the third quarter. The Rye Hotel scoreboard.
So that'll be Sam Front. No, in fact, it'll be Line Mueller to bring the ball back in for the Dales. He's going to go long and strong up the line. It'll be McGuinness to fly against McIndoe. McIndoe gets that big left juke in there. Spills the ground first on it was Duncan. Handball looking for Ostrom. Ostrom looks inboard. Was a poor handball, just hoped. Lee Moore steals it. Now to McIndoe. Now to Williams. Now to Rawson. Rowson, in fact, goes to the short one looking for Strickland. Strickland comes out to meet it. Handball now back to Rowson on the 50-metre line. Back to Strickland. Just going to send one to the middle of the 50. Garlick's got a fly, but Zane Hill, he's been good today. He gives a big fist up towards centre half, back out to meet it Gearan. He tries to get a handball away, wasn't clean. Side dives on it, in fact, was Ryan Williams.
I just think in those instances they really need to start looking for Tieran Head. Tieran Head with the go-go gadget jukes. He's sticking everything today, so why not just put it on top of his head?
So Williams goes up uncontested. Now meeting it solely was Robinson, but he was well wrapped up there by Kirkwood. Another man that you're just not going to get away from.
Very hug-like.
Oh, yes. McGuinness tries to get the tap out, dives on it himself. He's going to be pinged here. He dived on the footy. No. Umpire said my ball.
Interesting. Very interesting. Rye boys wanted it.
So centre half forward for the Demons. Williams goes up, wins it to Rowson. He tries to get a handball away, was tackled as he did, so spills to Gearan. Handball was to Baker, was nice. The umpire said he got one around the chops there against Matthew Hill. So free kick will go to Daniel Baker. Looks out wide. He's got Wilkinson under the pressure of Kalani Ryan, but did well to take the mark. Quickly back on his mark there is Kai Wilkinson. Looks in short. He's got Ostrom. Goes there now. Umpire said not 15. Play on. So he's got to move. Handball to Baker was good. Then back to Wilkinson. Shite himself when Williams was coming at him. He gave a handball away now. Wasn't great. Finds Kalani Ryan. Now goes to Ben Dixon. Ben Dixon gets absolutely swamped off the foot. He spills out now towards Trent Robinson, who's got it off left foot normally. Up goes Cow.
Oh!
Great mark taken there by Cow. That right there is the Hurricane Ladders mark of the day, no question about it. So he goes up towards the half forward. Nice there by Bravo. Just managed to get the fall of the ball. McIndoe now though dives on it. Solid defender is Matty McIndoe. Nice handball to Rowson. Looks up towards the wing. He's got a one-on-one with Hampton and Baker. Baker wins it. Spills the ground. Finds itself in Kieran's hands, who runs through the middle. He's got a big strong lead from Trav Bravo. And what a beautiful kick. Piercing kick through the wind there.
Just about to say that penetrating kick, like had to keep it low and quick.
Yep, just pierced itself through the wind, and great solid duke mark there from Trav Bravo, about 45 out directly in front.
We'll see how strong this wind is, boys. As this is the first proper opportunity, I dare say, for a set shot down at this end.
And Bravo's a thumping kick of the footy as well, so it'll really be able to hold up. Yep. If he can get this distance, it'll be a big kick against the breeze if he can kick this for his football side. So Bravo will kick from about 50, sets the ball sail. He's got the accuracy, it's working back. Does it have the journey? It doesn't. Good fist comes there from Ben Dixon on the line, goes through for a minor score.
I'm still getting over the Wilkinson running into the great wall of Williams there in the centre of the ground. Boy, oh boy.
Absolutely pooed himself, but I'm not taking anything away from Wilkinson, because I would poo myself also if I was running that man. I'm 6'5" and I'd still petrified of him. As Morse brings the ball back in straight up the guts. Up goes Kirkwood, couldn't get it. Williams does the roving. Handball to Hampton was nice. Now he's got a runner in Cooper. Goes there. Wasn't a great handball. McGuinness does good pressuring. Great work there by the big ruckman in Lockie McGuinness. Or in fact, it's not Lockie McGuinness, it's Jack McGuinness. So great work there by Jack McGuinness in the middle of the ground to lay that pressure act. Good by the ruckman. It's what you want to see if you're a Pearcedale coach, no doubt, as Murray wins that tap out. Handball back to McGuinness now. Goes out for a wide one. It's a foot race now between Hussey and Dixon. Dixon got an unlucky bounce. Hussey got a lucky one. Goes up towards an half forward. Just kicks and hopes. Was a poor kick. Stolen there by that man, Matty McIndoe. Looks out towards a wing position. Goes the wide one. He's got Hill. Hill's got some room. Gets possession of the footy. Normally good by that left foot is Hill. No exceptions on that occasion. Finds Will Cooper. So Will Cooper with a quick one over the top to Kalani Ryan. They've got a man on if they can move it quick. He took it slow though. He was too slow. So he goes with a floater towards half forward. Somehow nearly finds itself in Campbell Robbins' hands. Strickland does the roving. Just sets it to the top of the square. This time Kieran Head comes out to meet it. And Bo Scobel couldn't get to that one. He tried that about 5 minutes ago. But unfortunately for Strickland, Tieran Head was nowhere to be seen. He was on that occasion. So that was just... He didn't see Tieran Head there, Strickland, I don't think. I think he just put it to the hot spot and trusted one of his teammates to run onto the footy.
Absolutely. That's what you ask each and every week of your teammates, is to play forward of the ball, and then no doubt if that happens, then Tieran Head's going to be there on his head, lines up for goal.
So 30 directly in front, does it easy. Straight off the boot. Tieran Head liked it. They go to 4-7-31, plays Pearcedale 1-9-15. We've played 8.5 in this third term of footy. You're listening to RPPFM, the voice of Peninsula football.
Hi, I'm Jack, and my dad is Pete from the Mornington and Rosebud Telstra stores. I just want to let you know, NBN is coming to the Mornington Peninsula, and all of our team are here to help.
Call us now on 1300 My Telstra. That's 1300 698 357.
So after Pearcedale were pressing, Ryan managed to get it to their end of the ground, and just a beautiful hit up to the hot spot there by Strickland. Tieran Head, he's always going to win that battle. Bo Scobel's been good today on Tieran Head though, I feel. As the ball's back in the middle of the ground, Murray just goes for one off the ground out towards Jennings. He gets jumped on by his opponent in Dakota Thompson.
Similar height, Lock, similar frame, good matchup.
It is a very good matchup for Tieran Head, no question. So Williams now wins that tap out, down towards his teammate in Rowson. Gets dived upon. That's Jenny Road Draft just
Was that a little bit of Jenny
belch
Road
a little bit?
Just coming up a bit there, Locke.
It was. There's a ball still in the middle of the ground. Murray wins that tap out. Stolen by Williams. Just whacks one out towards the wing position. Foot race. Rowson v Hussey. Dixon comes to the party as well, and he's happy to see the ball out of bounds and out of play. Far wing position here where that Toyota Hilux sitting over there is just listening to Jetty Road Match of the Day, brought to you by RPPFM. Michael Voss.
Boundary throw in to take place. Williams gets the ball down for Rye. They're going with the win in this quarter, and they're asking a few questions. Kirkwood gets the ball, goes with a kick inside, attacking 50, looking there for his teammate, but the ball goes off the hands of Campbell Robinson over the line for a boundary throw-in.
Too hot, Vossi.
Yeah, a little bit
Straight
too
through
much.
the Dukes.
A little bit too much pepper on it. We've had one goal scored since quarter time, and so nearly 40 minutes of football with only the one goal. Its defences are on top. Skill level's not great, but both sides getting in there and having a fair dinkum crack. Here's an opportunity for Scoble for Pearcedale. He gets the ball out towards the defensive 50. It's picked up and the tackle turned around, and the tackle, the umpire says, no, that's fine. Over the line for a boundary throw-in. 55 metres out from the Rye goal. They need to continue to press here, Rye. They can break this game open with and maybe another 2 or 3 goals if the Pearcedale don't answer. But Pearcedale will come home with the win in the last quarter. Quick kick by Kirkwood towards Robbins once again, and the ball goes over the line for a boundary throw-in about 10 metres around.
Mark my word, Vossi. Thanks to Bass Surfboards, the rains are coming.
Thanks to Jane Bunn as well.
No, Jane Bunn can bugger right off. She doesn't look after our station nor us.
We'd like her to, though.
So Luke Adams with a quick kick out of defence, only as far as Hampton. Runs to 45, short one to Garlick was good. And Garlick just found himself in front of Hill, about 35 out directly in front.
Don't
Garlick,
broadcast short pass. You can't beat it.
Let's talk about football, Michael.
Get your
Normally
thoughts
a
out
beautiful
of...
kick of the footy is Benny Garlick. You can worry about that when you go to Mornington tonight. Michael Voss.
I might stop at Jetty Road Brewery on the way home, actually.
Oh, well, you just Brasser Ave, Dramana Industrial Estate, got to get there.
Jimmy Rump's there as well, get
Jimmy
onto it. So it'll be Garlick about 35 directly in front. Happy with it straight off the boot, kicks it. So Rye will go to 5-7-37, plays Pearcedale 1-9-15. 12 and a half gone on a Rye Hotel scoreboard. You're listening to RPPFM, the voice of Peninsula football.
Winter is blowing in, and Chemist Warehouse has got you covered with stores in Baxter, Frankston, Mornington, and Safety Beach. Chemist Warehouse is your one-stop winter shop. Chemist Warehouse, a station sponsor.
So Rye, they've kicked 2 quick ones and they lengthen that lead out to a couple of goals. The ball back in the middle of the ground now. Quick kick comes from Duncan to the top of the point of the square. Out to meet it was Sam Frawley. He goes without it now. Bravo tries to come through with it, couldn't. So it's centre half forward for the Dales. They want to get one back here just to slow things down. Briar pressing pretty hard at the moment. Ball at centre half forward. Murray decisively to no one in particular. Manages to spill it out the back towards Jennings, who can run towards goal. Just a grubber along the ground. Good body work by Cowell. Off the ground, Jennings kicks it. Good answer back by the Dales. They get their second of the afternoon. 2-9-21 plays Rye 5-7-37. Only a minute to get that one back. We played 13 and a half on the Rye Hotel scoreboard.
Exactly what Pearcedale would have wanted to have done, and they absolutely did that. Michael Voss, interesting to see. They're not going to go away. Still another quarter and a half to play yet. So I think we're set for a good last part of the game.
I think we will, and I think you might find, being the first round, you might find that the game might open up a little bit more and opportunities might become more prevalent as the ball comes back to the middle. It's taken there for Rye, a hand pass, and they can go forward towards attacking 50, and the marker's been taken at centre half forward. That's by Strickland. So
he's getting his hands on the footy, rousing through the guts, isn't he, boys?
Oh yeah, he's been brilliant today. Rousing.
Both sides with the opportunity, perhaps being the first game of the year, the opportunities will present in terms of the fitness might come into play. Players will cramp and just get those long balls in, but here's an opportunity for Rye through the agency of Strickland. He goes back. He's 50 metres out from goal. The margin is 16 points at the moment. He goes back with the long kick. He goes off target. It fades away towards the scoreboard pocket, and umpire Young says that's a behind. Rye up to 5 goals, 8:38. Pearcedale 2-9-21. Next goal crucial. 15 minutes in the third quarter. The Rye Hotel scoreboard. Live here thanks to the Jetty Road Brewery as the ball kicks out towards the half-back line. The mark has been taken by Scoble. He's got it for Pearcedale. They just need to hold firm here, Pearcedale. They can't afford a mistake, and they've just about let him in there. Here's an opportunity now for Murray. Never hand pass to a ruckman, especially in defence. It was proven there because he has coughed it up, Luke Murray. That was poor. You do not hand pass to an ambling ruckman in defence there, short pass.
Nah, look, it's putting players under pressure when you don't necessarily need to. A clearing kick, at least getting 30 metres, allows the defence just to have a break, where it's just uncalled for. They deserve the free kick. They've been good this quarter. Just silly by Pearcedale, but they'll bounce back.
Rowson 35-40 out directly in front. This really should be a goal. In fact, he's probably kicking from close to 45 actually in the end. He kicked a little bit further back than what I thought, but the umpire goes across and this is to this side now, so margin back to 18 points. Rye 5-9-39, Pearcedale 2 goals 9-21, and that is 16 minutes in the third quarter, boys.
Go forward a bit. So Zane Hill to bring the ball back in for the Dales. I've just been informed that we've been off air on the radio for about 10 minutes, so we're just broadcasting at the moment. So Zane Hill just goes with a high one up towards half-back. Murray will fly. Wilson over the top, nearly jukes it. Spills down towards Matthew Hill, just couldn't keep it inbounds.
It's that sort of day, I think. Lock, I think it's that sort of day. The wind's playing havoc with a few things today.
But it is. It's been a tough day weather-wise, no doubt. I think we've been lucky with that rain, though, boys. I reckon it's just scraped past us as the ball's brought back into play. Wilson just goes for big ones towards goals. Ruth grabs onto it. Was wrapped up nicely there by Kalani Ryan. About 30 out from the Demons' goal, where Wilson and McGuinness will do the ruck work. McGuinness wins that one out towards Lime-Muller. Gets possession of the footy, just shrugs off Tieran Head. Goes up towards wing position, but Kirkwood just drifts back. And he's playing that loose man nicely at the moment. He's Kirkwood. So Kirkwood just going to pump it in long and strong. Strickland got himself in the right position, but great fist there from Zane Hill. Just a big right juke comes in with the golden fist and fists it out of bounds and out of play.
Fist.
Great fist there from Zane Hill.
And that fist was brought to you by Bendigo Bank, your community bank.
So the ball brought back into play, just holds right up in that breeze. McGuinness tries to get a big fist away. Murray takes possession of the footy. He's wrapped up quickly there by Garner.
No prior.
No, there wasn't a prior. So they're into big Williams down there. So ball spills to ground. Boynton somehow just extracted that footy from that ruck contest. Managed to get free and kick a goal at the top of the goal square. Way too easy there for the Demons and way too easy for Glenn Boynton. Just lost touch of his opponent.
Absolutely no defensive pressure there at all.
The Demons kick their sixth. They go to 6-9-45. Plays Pearcedale 2-9-21. We've played 17 and a half on the Rye Hotel scoreboard. Way too easy, Michael Voss.
Way too easy, considering he was shoulder to shoulder with his opponent. Then all of a sudden he just managed to put the afterburners on, and his defensive opponent didn't go with him.
Yep. So Zane Hill seems to be his direct matchup right there. So they'll be pretty disappointed with that after he's had a pretty good afternoon so far. They get an easy one. Ball back in the middle. Bravo goes out towards Ostrom in a foot race with Hampton and half forward. Hampton just corralled him, and big Jaron Ostrom. I'll say that right at some point. Jaron
Ostrom.
He's wrapped up nicely at half forward for the Dales. The ball brought back up. McGuinness v Williams. Williams wins that one. Ostrom again just shrugged that one off this time. Handball to Bravo was good. He was wrapped up well there by Kirkwood though. Handball out towards Dixon, who goes for one out wide. The umpire picked him. He was under pressure there, Dixon, with the tackle, and he just handballed it. It looked like it popped out from the tackle, but the umpire didn't see that. Umpire said deliberately out of bounds. So Jaron Ostrom, about 50 metres out, tied up against the boundary, just needs to sit it to the goal square and hope that's what he's going to do. He'll look for Cow to fly from behind. He sticks the Dukes up. Umpire's picked a free kick. It'll be a push in the back. It'll go against Pearcedale, and it'll be a free kick to big... Oh, no, not Williams. It'll be to Tieran Head. So Tieran Head just drifting down back. Not happy with the options that's being presented at him. He just throws his hands up in the air. He's asking him to move for him. He says no. He's just going to do it himself. So he runs off for the mark, taking a bounce, runs towards the defensive 50, just goes at a long one up towards wing position. all the way over Wing's head. Great work there by Scoble, though. Hits his direct opponent, just takes possession of the footy. Handball wasn't great towards McGuinness. Gets stripped of it. Spills out towards Cooper. Cooper just manages to get a handball away, but only as far as Frawley. Frawley just ganged upon. He gets tackled by Strickland nicely. Handball out towards the boundary line. Will go out of bounds and out of play. Will Cooper absolutely howling for deliberate out of bounds. Said how the hell was the one on the other side of the ground deliberate, and that wasn't. The umpire just looking at him and saying, mate, you stick to your game, I'll stick to mine. As Murray wins that one, runs away from Williams. Good tackle, just got the handball away only as far as Kirkwood. It just whacks it on the boost towards the forward 50. Strickland flies, nice fist comes from Hill. Foot race, Twyford v Garlick. Garlick pushed him straight in the back. Umpire said it'll be a boundary throw in. You can appeal all you want, Ben Garlick, but you pushed him straight in the back, so you were lucky not to get away with a free kick.
Exactly right. Spot on, Lock.
So about 30 out from the Demons' goal. They want to hold tight here, the Pearcedale defence, as Murray wins that tap out. Foot race between Garner and Gear, and Garner wins it. Got one around the chops, and the umpire was in a perfect position for it. Reece Twyford just a little bit sloppy on that occasion. And it'll be Josh Garner on a 35-degree angle. The man on the mark stands about 20 out.
You just got to be careful with those tackles, don't you? Because if you're going to bring a player to the ground, you just have that little slip right in front of goal, and all of a sudden he's about 15 out. Good angle as he lines up.
So he'll kick from about 25, right side for a left footer. Happy with it straight away off the boot. Kicks Rise 7th and his first for the afternoon. 7-9-51 plays Pearcedale's 2-9-21. 21 gone on the Rye Hotel scoreboard, and well, it's a 5-goal deficit now. They're starting to look in trouble, Pearcedale.
Yeah, look, they are, and I called it at the start of the quarter, but you know, I mean, Pearcedale's still playing good football, Vossi, and they're not going to go away. I think they've got still some puff in their legs. The game's not over yet, I believe.
Well, they've got the win in the last quarter.
Correct.
They've got to try and answer now before three-quarter time. The margin is 5 goals. They cannot afford to concede any more, boys, as the ball is back to the middle. It's Murray and Williams in the ruck one more time. Williams gets it down towards his teammate there in Kirkwood. And why not? Adam Kirkwood's had a great game this afternoon. Kick towards half forward. Ball goes over the line for a boundary throw-in. 35, or about 45 metres out from the Rye goal. Rye 7-9-51. Pearcedale are 2 goals, 9-21. We're 22 minutes into the third quarter as the umpire ready to throw the ball back into play once more. Does throw it back in. Murray in the ruck. He just stands there at the back. It was favoured to him and he went to the hand pass now. Quick kick in short. Mark taken there by Frawley. He can play, or he could have played on there from half back. He decides to stop and pop and assess his options. Poor kick and went straight into the waiting chest there of the man on the mark there for Rye, but Lux unfortunately came back to Frawley. Now inside attacking 50 goes the ball. A kick off the ground. They've got the opportunity if they can snap the goal. It is a goal. And I think that was Ostrom who put that one through for a goal, so that's his second.
Dylan Duncan, in fact. Sorry, Michael.
Sorry there. Thank you, Locke. 3-9-27, plays 7-9-51. That's the goal they needed just before three-quarter time, short pass.
Absolutely, Michael. We just said about 2 minutes ago they need to answer back, and to their credit, they did. Good fight. Pearcedale still got in them.
How many good fights was it? Sorry, short
That's
pass.
a great fight, Lachlan.
So the ball back in the middle of the ground. They got one against play there, Pearcedale. They want to do it again. Murray just steals it out. Kirkwood tried to wrap him up, couldn't. Gets a handball up towards Sam Frawley now, tries to shrug off one, couldn't. And the ball will stay at centre half forward for the Dales.
Imagine if they can get another one here, Pearcedale. Rye are in all sorts, I think.
If they can be within 3 going into the last, they'll be pretty bloody happy. Let me give you the tip. So holding the ball there, Williams caught, trying to take him on. Frawley takes possession, the footy goes up towards full forward. Duncan again, gets his head ripped off. Umpire said play on. The Chella comes through, swoops, looks up towards the leading Strickland on the wing for Rye. Good mark, 2 grabs, finds it. So Strickland in fact, on the wing position.
Stricko
looks out towards the far side of the ground, centre half forward. It's on over the other side, boys.
There
watch.
he is looking.
Garlick over his head. Hampton first on it. McGuinness stripped him of it. Gets his head ripped off. Umpire said play on. He's got him in a headlock, umpire. The umpire was just blindsided by that. So it'll be a ball up at centre for the Demons. They need to hold tight here, Pearcedale. They don't want to leak another goal. So it'll be Twyford now. Handball to Wilkinson. Jeez, he panicked under that occasion. Somehow Gearing gets it back to Wilkinson now. Handball to Adams was all right. Just a quick chip over the top. Good work there by Garner, though. Just snuck the 1-2. That took a strong mark. So you can hear the crowd telling him to go to the top of the square. He's got the wind behind him. That's where he's going to go. He goes long and strong. He's got Tieran Head. Can he fly? Good fist comes from Scoble. Still in play just, but good fist goes out of bounds and out of play there by Reece Twyford.
Good result for Rye Vossi. They'll be able to reset now, get numbers around the ball, have people where they want them.
So the ball about 15 out from the Demons' goal. The scoreboard reads 7-9-51, plays Pearcedale 3-9-27, 24 points of difference. We played 25 in this third term of football. The boundary line umpire throws the ball back in. Tieran Head goes with Murray. Murray wins that tap out nicely down to Adams. He goes for a sweeping handball over the top for Joan Armstrong. He doesn't get it. Instead, Twyford does. Gets wrapped up nice and quick there by Tieran Head. Had no prior opportunity, so will not be pinged. Short pass making weird noise in the background for no apparent reason. Murray goes up with Kirkwood. Kirkwood goes with a big fist. Got about 20 metres on it, but will go out of bounds and out of play. Right next to the point post for the Demons.
So a goal here for Rye would be very, very handy going into three-quarter time of the margin, currently at 24 points. Pearcedale have just got to hold firm here as Murray gets the ball down. He beat Kirkwood in a test of strength there. It's taken away by Hill for the Pearcedale side. He goes out towards the Melbourne Road side. Deliberate. He's looking out there for a team. I think Bravo might have been the one he was looking at the ball. That was deliberate.
Every day of the week that was deliberate.
Every day.
So wasting time, they've called it that. So that is a deliberate free kick. So now Rye can pump their way back into attack. They'll have a little bit of time. 3-2 this quarter, so maybe another minute or two still to go in this quarter as the long kick comes in. Head went up, couldn't take the mark. Ball on the ground. Quick kick, not a great kick. It's dropped there on that occasion. Ball for Rye by, I think it was Kirkwood. The ball comes out. It's still an opportunity inside attacking 50. And Murray dives on the ball. Not a good real option there by Murray, but the ball does come clear here for Pearcedale. They go out towards the centre wing now to kick off the ground towards the half-forward line for Rye. They're going to try and keep the ball in play. They can't. Ball is over the line for a boundary throw. We're almost at 27 minutes in the third quarter. It's Rye 7-9-51. Glenn Boyington's kick two, as has been Garlick. They're the only multiple goal. Oh, actually, no, Ostrom's going to kick the one. So 7-9-51 to 3-9-27 is the score. That's on the Rye Hotel scoreboard.
Rye Hotel, thanks to Rye Hotel, always getting the job done with the scoreboard, Michael.
So 4 goals in a Jetty Road Brewery match of the day. Wilkinson with a quick kick up towards wing position. Stolen there by Hampton. He's got Matt Hill all by himself. Normally a nice user of the footy is Matt Hill. He can run to centre half forward. Goes in short for Boyington.
Oh, mark it.
Yeah, should have marked it there. Zane Hill went with a double fister instead. In to pick it up now is Hussey. Gets his head ripped off. Umpire said you ducked. Peter Hampton wraps him up in a headlock. Umpire didn't see it. Murray appealed for the free kick, but umpire said wasn't there. So Murray to do the ruck work now. Centre half back. Gets a tap down towards Gear and gets his head ripped off as well. Umpire just blindsided again. So there's been a couple get away here, unfortunately for the Dales. So the ball brought back up now. Murray v Williams. Murray gets that one down to Ostrom. He gets his handball stripped by Cooper. Tries to tap it over the top. Couldn't. Frawley. Don't argues one. Gets pinged there by Dixon.
Hot footy.
It is
hot footy, boys. They both want it. They both want the round 11 win. Go figure.
So the ball brought back up to play. Murray gets that tap out down towards Twyford. Gets his foot on the ball. Stolen by Morso. Goes with a short one looking for Garlick. Adam gets a nice fist on. Umpire says play on. Kajala picks the footy up. Panicked. He just threw it away. Dives on it there. There's Hussey. The umpire's called one from way back there.
Trip.
Yeah, that is one of my most hated rules in football at the moment, at this current time, is when you're first to the footy, you dive, you put your head over the football, and someone trips over the top of you.
Yep. So you can run to any contest and fall over and trip.
So, geez, you heard that in our cameras, ladies and gentlemen. Tieran Head just ran straight into a sign.
That sound courtesy of the Bendigo Bank short pass.
Thanks to your bank, Community Bank, Bendigo Bank.
So Tieran Head took a strong mark, but with the momentum just sent sailing over that.
He almost landed in the Daewoo Lanos bonnet.
He did. He was nearly on the surfboard, on the Bass surfboard on the back of that vehicle. As Tieran Head sits it to the top of the square, will fly Kirkwood from behind, spills out the back. The Chella all by himself, tried to take him on. And gets taken out of bounds and out of play. But there is the three-quarter time siren sounds Rye 7-9-51 to Pearcedale's 3-9-27. We played 29 minutes in that third term of football. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll go to a quick break and come back to you with a three-quarter time wrap. You're listening to RPPFM, the voice of Peninsula football.
At Bendigo Bank, we're not your typical big bank. We don't have big egos or big attitudes. We don't splurge on big junkets or shoot big commercials. We don't make big empty promises or keep big secrets. No, we just think by doing the little things right, we'll make a big difference to our customers. So try Bendigo Bank, the better big bank.
A station sponsor.
Bass Surfboards, our last independent surfboard company. Visit Muzz at Bass HQ in Dramana. Real people, real service, 100% Peninsula. Bass, the boards of class, a station sponsor.
Looking for a unique and meaningful way to show your mum how much you love her this Mother's Day? Book your table at the Brooks restaurant and spoil her with an authentic three-course Italian menu to share. Think cured meats with truffle honey. Think 12-hour pulled lamb. Think cannelloni filled with ricotta mousse. Think Brooks Restaurant and Bar. Sunday, May 12, bookings are essential. The Brooks Restaurant, station sponsor.
Sponsoring the footy finals, David Bark Appliances in Rosebud, where top brands cost you less. Giving 27 years of trusted local service, David Bark Appliances, more local than the...
Silky and so unique, it's a whisper in your mouth. Come and have a sip and tour our world. jimmyrum.com.au. Station sponsor.
Winter is blowing in and Chemist Warehouse has got you covered with stores in Baxter, Frankston, Mornington and Safety Beach. Chemist Warehouse is your one-stop winter shop. Chemist Warehouse, a station sponsor.
On 1300 My Telstra. That's 1300 698 357.
And just another brilliant sponsor of the RPPFM Football Club, Telstra, kicking into the win. They just couldn't get the job done. So I reckon with the win this term, they might be a sniff. No, boys, it is up in the air, no doubt, of what's going to happen here. I think it's going to be a pretty 50-50 ball game in this last term. No question. Umpire holds the ball up for the last quarter of football. Up goes Williams, so does Murray. Goes to ground now. Williams wins a rover as well. Goes up towards centre half forward. Out to meet it was Strickland. So was Struth. Nice handball finds Bravo. Goes with a quick one on the boot. Umpire said no 15 play on. Kalani Ryan steals it. Goes with a wide one. Finds Head. Craven just couldn't quite get there in time, so headed half forward for the Demons. Looks out wide, he's got Strickland on the move. It holds up in the breeze, some good body work. Couldn't take the mark though. Hill with possession of the footy. Tries to sell some candies, in some trouble. Handball to his teammate. Wasn't great there. It goes out of bounds and out of play.
Interesting short pass they've started with Terran headed half forward against the wind rather than playing him behind the ball.
Well, mate, they're taking the game on. They want to win.
So Murray does the ruck work against Wilson. Murray wins it decisively down to Gearan. Looks up the guts of the ground. Out to meet it is Duncan. Goes over their heads. It's going to be a foot grace. Frawley's winning this one. If it sits right, he's a chance. It didn't sit. It bounced off his knee. Out to meet it there was Dakota Thompson. Dive on the footy now. Does Twyford.
If they get a goal here, it won't be long before he is back behind the ball, I'm tipping, boys.
Yeah, no, that's true.
If they can get a quick one here, they're a serious sniff. So Cow will do the ruck work against Williams. Williams wins that one decisively. Who's there? Kirkwood just streams through, kicks one out towards the boundary line. He might get pinged here if they don't get a touch on it. Garlic tries to, couldn't, and will go out of bounds and out of play. So right in front of the commentary position here at RJ Rowley Reserve. The umpire to bring the ball back in, Murray v Williams. So this one's a good throw in against the wind. Williams does the body work, gets a tap down towards Kirkwood, tries to bustle his way through, couldn't. Goes in towards Pearcedale's forward line. Out to meet it solidly was Duncan. They're trying to steal the footy off each other there was Rowson and Duncan. Good little contest. So about 45 metres out from the Pearcedale goal. They'll really want an early one here if they can. Murray wins that one. Kirkwood tries to go with it, couldn't. Williams gets it stripped of him now. Darren Ostrom dives in. Kirkwood wraps him up.
Kirkwood's wrapped up too, Lock.
That's a great matchup, boys. Gearan and Kirkwood, both very similar size, same agility. So keep an eye on that. No one in the last quarter as Murray gets a tap out towards Daniel Baker. Through comes Kalani Ryan. They dive on him. And that's where the ball will stay, about a metre in play.
It's going to suit this game style for Rye, I reckon. Just contested ball.
So the umpire brings the ball back in. Kalani Ryan gets wrapped up nicely there by Struth. Tried to break through the tackle there to Kalani Ryan. Umpire said didn't have prior though, so he'll throw it up directly in front of that commentary position. Williams there gets the body work done. Tap out towards Rowson was good. Kalani Ryan, nice handball to Rowson, but the Boundary line beats him to it.
Just Rowson up, Rouse.
He is. He's a little hothead, isn't he, Rowson?
Yeah,
he likes a little bit of heat going on in the football game.
But they're at him too.
Boundary umpire throws the ball back in. Members' side of the ground wing position. Williams with a big tap out. Unfortunately stolen there by Baker. Goes up towards the 50. Tripped over there to Barnes. It's a foot race. Cow v Dakota Thompson. Cow's winning it. If he can pick the footy up cleanly, he can turn and give it to Duncan. He does now. Duncan gets possession of the footy. Wrapped up nicely by Hampton. Spilt back towards Cow, who gets his kick smothered off the boot and goes through for a minor. So that'll be their 10th behind. 3:10:28. Place Rye. 7:9:51. 3.5 gone on the Rye Hotel scoreboard. Morse with a quick one back into Tieran Head, Michael Voss.
Yes, indeed. The ball is at the right end of the ground for Pearcedale. They just need to get things happening here at the moment. They need to get an early goal, put that scoreboard pressure on. Margin currently at 23 points.
Rye really happy to see all these stoppages. Obviously, Vossi just winding down the clock.
Boundary umpire throwing the ball back into play, 70 metres out from the Pearcedale goal. Just need to be a bit smart with the way they use the ball and maybe try and isolate someone at full forward. They've got basically, it's 2 on 3 right near the goal square at the moment. So Rye playing that extra defender down there at the moment, and that extra defender looks like it is Clayton Barnes they're playing down there now. He'll switch with someone else. And now McIndoe looks like he might be the loose man. Here's a chance now for Rye to pick up the ball, and they do. There's a quick kick, a high kick it was. By Hill it was, and the ball has been marked on centre wing for Pearcedale. Now they can go. They go towards half forward. They've got to make the most of this opportunity. Here's an opportunity, 40 out, short pass. Absolutely stubbed the kick. It should have been a mark, but it wasn't. Now an opportunity for Rye to clear. A hand pass to Williams. A hand pass to Ryan. He is absolutely besieged.
The umpire says, I'll have none of that.
He goes, Struth, I'm in trouble, and he was in trouble. But it wasn't Struth who tackled him.
No.
But he was in trouble there. He was lucky not to have a free kick against him. They're asking a few questions here. It's survival of the fittest, round one short pass.
Survival of the fittest.
Well, it is, because first game of the year.
I know, mate.
It's really hard on the body out there.
It's depending on how big a pre-season each club's had.
Because there'll be players that maybe have played cricket or maybe have been away or maybe missed.
Not all players can come back exactly. Holidays, work commitments.
Just keep an eye on Tieran Head here, boys. Looks a little bit ginger from that contest as Luke Murray wins that tap out in towards Bravo. Goes without it. Gearin now. Handball to Ostrom was good. Gets a quick kick forward out to meet it was Cowell. He gets it bounced off his chest. Dakota Thompson tries to stop him. Picks up the footy now to Cowell. Handball to Twyford was all right, but he gets wrapped up quickly by Dakota Thompson and Dixon.
For the sake of the game, we need a goal now, boys.
Yeah, they do. 15 out directly in front. Pearcedale's opportunity comes now. Murray wins that one. Williams steals it back. Handball.
Oh, it did have it.
Yeah, try to go to McIndoe.
Too.
And, it was a dangerous tackle there coming from the man in Dixon. In fact, it was Robertson. So Robertson now.
Use your
voice,
up
towards Bo Scoble, who goes inboard, finds Wilkinson. Nice mark at centre half forward. So Wilkinson now goes with a handball backwards, finds his teammate, is just going to pump it long and strong. There's about 3 Rye players. Somehow it nearly finds its way out the back to Frawley, but it was a good fist that comes from behind, goes through for a minor score.
General direction of Williams there it was, but just carried a little bit too far for him.
There's
got it.
Big, strong carry going on out there, there's no question. So it'll be Tieran Head. You called for it, Michael Voss. You wanted him to move back to help out that defence, and he has done now. He goes up towards half-back. Murray's going to fly, so will Ostrom. In fact, it was Twyford. Twyford flies. He's got Bravo and Cowell all by themselves. He took too long, no. Bravo running to the hot spot. Good kick, finds him.
Must kick this goal.
Just lost touch there to Gabe Nutella. He's looking around to every single teammate to try and blame someone, but mate, that was your man, and you just let him run into the 50 to take a strong mark.
Nowhere to be seen, was he, Vossi?
Beautifully weighted kick, and Bravo just read it absolutely beautifully. And this is a goal that they need to kick. He's only 30 metres out from goal.
Got to be a captain's goal, doesn't it, Michael Voss?
He's got a lead from the front, Rocky, absolutely. 30 out directly in front. Must kick. has kicked the goal, and the margin is back to 16 points in the match of the day. It is 7-9-51 plays Pearcedale 4-11-35. They're time enough if they're good enough, that is for sure. You're listening to RPP, the voice of Peninsula Football.
Hi, I'm Jack, and my dad is Peach from the Mornington and Rosebud Telstra stores. I just want to let you know, NBN is coming to the Mornington Peninsula, and all of our team are here to help.
Call us now on 1300 My Telstra. That's 1300 698 357.
So great goal there from the Dales. It's something they certainly needed. The ball back in the middle of the ground now. Williams wins it down towards Kalani Ryan. He's ganged upon by Bravo. All of a sudden there's a little bit of fierceness coming from the Dales. There's a little bit of a sniff from them, and they're getting up and about. If they can keep pushing and pushing and pushing, there's only 8 minutes gone. There's still about 15 minutes left to play, no question. The ball brought back up. Murray down to Ostrom. Struth, you're in trouble, son. Just managed to get a quick away. He goes out towards Thornton now. Thornton picks the footy up. Tries to get a handball, does. Finds his teammate in Robertson. Hussey tries to go through with a great work there by Morse. Nice handball to Kirkwood. Then further to Tieran Head. Now to Cooper. Runs up towards the forward 50. Quick kick up towards looking for Robbins. Bounces over their heads. Hill gets it stripped off in there. Tries to get the footy out. Does now to that man in Wilson. Garner smashed. Umpire said play on. Ball finds itself in Pearcedale's hands. He looks out towards half forward. Does well to get it out towards Thornton, but drifts out of bounds and out of play. Got absolutely smashed then, Josh Garner, and he's feeling it.
Oh, he is feeling it. But Josh Garner's been involved in every little niggle, every little but every little, shake up. Vossi, he's been in the middle of everything.
The ball brought back into play. Williams wrapped up quickly there by Murray, trying to take it out of the ruck. I don't mind that rule that you're allowed to take it out of the ruck now. And
it's good.
Keeps it interesting as Murray gets it tapped down nicely to Bravo, just quickly whaps it on the boot, and it'll hit that Toyota Hilux out there. Nearly took the Bass surfboard off the back of it. Fortunately, it didn't. We want to cherish those Bass surfboards,
Absolutely,
no doubt.
Muzz definitely knows what he's doing. The coolest cat on the peninsula.
That fence nearly ripped Tieran Head in half in the third quarter there.
It did.
So the ball brought back in by Tieran Head, just goes for a long one up towards the wing position in hope. Garner flies, good fist comes from Hussey, and it'll go out of bounds and out of play. True wing position, Michael Voss.
So 16 points is the margin, 10 minutes in the last quarter. Pearcedale have scored the only goal so far. Another goal here, and we've got a ball game now, but it'll be even closer in context. Here's an opportunity for Ryder going backwards and try and go forwards. A chain of hand passes, about 4 of them it was. Goes towards half forward, going up and taking the mark on that occasion. Is it Ryan or is it? No, it's not Ryan. It's in fact the player there in Garner it was. He went towards the forward pocket and the ball goes out of play in that Rye toilet block forward pocket short pass where a lot has happened in a lot of time.
I'm a Rye boy, Vossi. I can tell you some stories.
Oh, do that afterwards. I look forward to hearing them.
So Wilson wins that tap out down towards Garner. Murray dives on the footy as well. And he's jumped upon by 2, and that's where the ball will stay. About 30 out from the Demons' goal, you sense. The Pearcedale need to get another quick one here, just to margin back to 10 points. Margin that margin. Good English, Lachlan. As Daniel Baker runs out of defence now, goes up towards Struth. Struth flies, couldn't bring the ball down to play. Thornton, the young fella, handball back to Baker was good. Looks inboard. He's got Scoble. Good kick finds him. They need some run out wide now. Luke Jennings is that man. He gets it out on the far wing position. Cow on a big strong lead for him. He's got to beat Tudor's Cow. Bounces off his chest. Shrugs one. Handball to Ostrom. Oh, he fumbled Ostrom at the vital time. Handball back for Jennings. He just quickly whacks it on the boot. Gets smothered. Cow tries to dive on the footy. Rye have the numbers here if they can prevail. Not Nachella now. Handball finds Hampton. Was good. Handball then further to Mawson. Now Hampton's off. Rooks up towards the wing position. He's got a one-on-one. Wilson v. Linemuller. Linemuller gets the fist in. At the fall, the ball was Murray, the big ruckman. Not really renowned for roving his big Murray.
Yeah,
and he got absolutely smashed there.
Good call,
to Campbell Robbins straight directly in the back. So a little bit sloppy there from the skipper in Trav Bravo. It'll be a free kick to Campbell Robbins on the far side of the ground, Michael Voss.
Pearcedale, Vossi, just looking a little bit better, like they wanted a little bit more at this stage.
They might have a little bit more on their legs, short pass. It might just come down to that very thing. A good tackle applied, but the ball does come free. And a quick kick forward for right towards half forward, but it's been marked in defence. and it's been marked there by, I think that's Gearin down there who's got it. He goes out towards the centre of the ground. Hits the player running, and now they go forward towards halfwood. Got to take this mark. Didn't take the mark there, Dylan Duncan. The ball falls on the ground. It's 40 metres out from the Pearcedale goal. Duncan a hand pass. The numbers are back this way. He goes at goal. It's going to bounce through. Is it going to be allowed? No, it's not.
It's not. He's called it back twice.
And the senior umpire has just come in and said pay that advantage. So that is a brilliant call, because every day of the week that was advantage. It was his free kick. He took off. He kicked the football.
And it was kicked through by Chase Struth.
It was.
Struth, he kicked it.
Struth, they needed that one, and they get it. So Chase Struth snags that sausage rye. They're not too happy about it, but you know what? At the end of the day, it is the senior umpire's call. He overruled the decision.
I wonder if it was the little ear in the little listening device in the ear saying advantage, advantage, advantage.
I reckon it certainly was. So Rye, 7-9-51 plays Pearcedale 5-11-41. We've played 13 and a half. The boundary umpire calling a free kick here.
If they're going to play that, I don't mind it, but just be consistent on that. You got to be consistent on those now.
So what it was there
too many in.
Yeah, there was too many in. So originally they pointed to Rye's direction.
They did,
but it is going to be a Pearcedale free kick.
Come on, boys. So it's now been given back to Rye. So
this
Ryan
is a comedy
Williams free kick.
It's a bit of a comedy of errors at the moment.
Yeah, it is, and I think again, if I mention, it's the communication.
Yep, so they're playing with each other a bit here, the umpires. They'll have to work on that, no doubt, as Williams in the centre of the ground. So it's Rye's free kick, go up towards an half forward. Kai Wilkinson somehow just got that juke in there. He went to play on, umpire said no. He stays. So Rye have just structured themselves up nicely. It wasn't a great kick there from Wilkinson. Travis Bravo has to do the buttering up. He does. Good vision. Finds Gearin in the middle of the ground. He's got a runner out wide. Ignores him. Probably should have gone to it. Don't know why he didn't. They've got a strong win. The umpire's called 50 metres against Ryan Williams. Said you just ran straight through the protected area.
They're still in front, short pass, but it's falling apart for Ryan at the moment.
It is falling apart. I think that last 5 minutes really spooked both teams. I think Pearcedale just capitalising on it.
Absolutely baffled at that. And
I thought he was standing on the mark lock.
The umpire has brought him down to about 25 out directly in front. So Max Gearin, the opportunity to make the margin, 4 points the difference. This is a big kick in the context of this game. He sets the ball sail, misses.
Kicked it like a defender, boys.
That was a big missed opportunity. I don't know why you're saying that. Michael Voss is a midfielder, so I don't know why he kicked it like a defender.
Well, I'm telling you, he's been a little bit in the back line in this last quarter, so he kicked it shocking.
I think you're thinking of Lion Mueller. They look quite similar. The ball brought back into play by Tieran Head now. That could be out of bounds. It is. So Kirkwood just couldn't quite get there in time.
You've just got to kick those goals, Rock. You've just got to kick them.
It's a big missed opportunity.
Wow, what boys? He was 30 out directly in front.
Could have made it a 4-point ball game. Correct. Only one kick to change the margin.
Drag him.
Oh, big call. Still need him out there. Short pass. We've only played 15 and a half on the Rye Hotel scoreboard as the ball's brought back into play. Scoble being taken into the ruck. Down towards Kirkwood. Gets wrapped up strongly there by Hussey. I've never seen someone tackle Adam Kirkwood like that before.
No.
Very strong in the hips there was Hussey as Kirkwood tries to pull his way through. Gets a handball out to Rowson. Rowson goes for a short one. Don't know where it was to. Murray. He gets a handball along the ground to Hussey. Goes out towards Scoble. So Scoble just running into not sure where. Goes for a short one to Zane Hill. Tom Craven calls him out, takes a mark on the wing instead.
Tieran Head's a loose man. I would try and match up him. He's too good on his own.
So Craven goes short. Nice one, finds Trent Robertson.
I don't mind him by himself, Fossey. Crashing packs. He's going to take a...
But if you're Pearcedale, you should try and match up on him, though.
That's what he's saying. So Robertson's just going to sit it to the hot spot. Where is Tieran? Wasn't there. Rowson was instead. Nice handball finds Clayton Barnes. Now to Morse. He's under a bit of pressure. Just didn't get the tackle to Stackton Jennings. Bang, he's crunched. Thornton to Gearin. Now to Daniel Baker. He's been good by foot today. Drifts right. Will go out of bounds and out on the full. Put the Moz on him there, I think.
They've had the opportunities, boys.
They have. They just need to take advantage of these now. That's 2 opportunities in the last minute. So the scoreboard, that's the Rye Hotel scoreboard, reads 7-9-51, plays Pearcedale 5-12-42, 17 gone on that. It'll be Ben Dixon to bring the ball back in. It's a helicopter of a kick. Murray just bounces off his chest. He fell as he went to market. Garlick tries to come through, couldn't. Goes to Gear and now to Craven. Now to Jennings. He's got a short one at Wilkinson. Kick was poor. Wilkinson dives on it. Jennings does the buttering up. Shrugs off one. Pop run around the chops. And the umpire gives him the free kick for it. So it'll be Luke Jennings getting the free kick about 40 out directly in front. Normally, and I don't want to put the Moz on him, but normally good user of the football.
Normally you put the Moz on the
So
block.
directly in front with the breeze, Luke Jennings should be kicking this goal. He needs to for his side. This is to get them in within 3 points, the difference. We've played 17.5 on the Rye Hotel scoreboard. He stutters, sets the ball sail. It looks average off the boot, but it goes straight through to Haydiddle. We've got a 3-point ball game here at RJ Rowley Reserve. 7-9-51 plays 6-12-48. We've played 18.5 minutes on the Rye Hotel scoreboard, and you're listening to RPPFM, the voice of Peninsula football.
Winter is blowing in and Chemist Warehouse has got you covered with stores in Baxter, Frankston, Mornington and Safety Beach. Chemist Warehouse is your one-stop winter shop. Chemist Warehouse, a station sponsor.
So that was one that the Dales needed. It's 3 points of difference. Scoble into the ruck. Umpires picked a free kick. It's going to go to Pearcedale against Williams. Williams really not happy with the treatment he's got in the last 5 minutes. So Scoble, he can pump it straight back in. Cowell on the move. He goes in that direction. Runs straight under it. They've got loose everywhere. Does Rye. One of them is Clayton Barnes. Gets away from Jennings. Looks up towards the wing position. Poor kick. Dylan Duncan steals it. He's got a runner in Adams. Goes to him now. The left foot. Looks up towards the leading Frawley. He can't quite get there before the boundary line does. It'll be a boundary throw-in, but still a very good opportunity here for the Dales. So about 25-30 out from goal. Defensive pocket for the Demons. They need to hold on tight here, do the Demons, because I tell you what, Pearcedale kick another. The momentum certainly with them. It'll be Williams v Cow. So the boundary umpire trying to find the nugget, actually. Not allowed to jump the fence here anymore, boundary umpires. They have to wait for a crowd member to bring the ball back, so unfortunately it's taking its time.
It's unfortunate if no one's willing to actually give the ball back.
That's correct. So the boundary umpire with possession of it now. Williams v Cow. It's straight up in the air. Cow front position, taps it down to no one. Certainly not a ruckman is Cow, and you can tell by that tap out. Just tapped it straight down and hoped. So
we're just about to reach 20 minutes. We're just about to end some time on in this last quarter.
This is intense, Michael Voss. There's no question. Ball brought back in again. Cow v Williams. Williams does the body work this time. Spills down towards Scoble. Gets that left foot around the corner. I tell you what, it's touched. Oh, touched. That's a big call. I reckon your niece has called it wrong there, Michael Voss. That looked about half a metre over the line if from here.
She's on the ball. She knows what she's doing. If she called it a point, it's a point.
Oh, Michael, I tell you what, that was touch and go. That was big. It's a 2-point ball game. Rise 7-9-51 plays Pearcedale 6-13-49. 20.5 gone. Morse to bring the ball back in. Up towards half-back. Good fist comes from behind. Matt Hill at the fall. He gets a snap around the corner only as far as Craven. Shrugs one off. Handball to Struth. Now to Murray. Just whacks it on the boot in hope. Good fist comes from Jennings. McIndoe. Rye have the numbers to Morse. Just gets it away in the nick of time. Scoble flies in. Oh, they didn't talk there, the Dales. Good work there by Kalani Ryan and Josh Garner together. Handball from Rowson was good. Garner gone. Just got a boot to it. Duncan now. Handball to Wilkinson. Just needs to put it on the boot. Gets a handball away. Stolen by Kalani Ryan. Shrugs off one. That was good by Kalani Ryan. Kick out towards the wing position. Foot race. Strickland's winning this one. Just ran straight over the top of it. He looked out of legs. Goes out towards the boundary line, and that's where it'll stay.
The mind was willing, but the body wasn't there.
He was just willing those legs, wasn't he, Michael Voss? He was willing them. Stricko absolutely out of legs. He's willing himself.
He is hanging for the end of the game here. The margin is 2 points. We are 21.5 minutes in the last quarter. Rye led all day. But can they hang on? Pearcedale, all they need is one goal. They're going with the wind, a high kick. And that is out of bounds on the full. And that almost came up near the camera, right up the top here on the veranda here at the RJ Rowley Reserve.
Great man, Rab.
Nearly got Rab straight on the box.
Very nervous.
Turn head with the ball. He goes with the kick back towards inside defensive 50. The mark has been taken. A little bit early to do this at the moment, Rye.
It's a
high kick. Breeze can take that anywhere. The mark has been taken by Garlick. They can play on here out towards the half-back line. The mark has been taken there, and it's been taken by Barnes. He goes back towards the top of the goal square. The mark has been taken by Morse. They've just got to try and get this ball out of trouble. Here's an opportunity. Oh, no, it wasn't quite. Mark has been taken there by McIndoe.
So nothing wrong with their kicking skills, Michael Voss.
No,
Hitting targets.
Cool under pressure at the moment. They're believing they're kicking and they're hitting targets at this stage. Short passes. The ball goes over for a boundary throw-in. The margin is 2 points. 22 and a half minutes gone in the last quarter.
This is where you start to look for cramping bodies, because whoever can run out this game, the better. They're in a better position. Bo Scoble being moved into the ruck. That's a big move by the Dales. I don't mind it. Scoble v Williams now. Williams wins that tap out down towards Robbins. Now Williams with possession of the footy, wrapped up quickly there by Ostrom. He spills the ground now. Wilkinson tries to dive on the footy, gets wrapped up.
This is no classic short pass, but I'll tell you what it is. It's two sides absolutely desperate for the points.
Look, doesn't matter. Sometimes you can see two top of the tables and two of the bottom tables, and you're still going to end up with a good game.
2 points of difference as Rousing. He gives a handball to Garner, gets it back now on the wing position. They're starting to press Rye. Pearcedale need to push hard. McIndoe tries to go through with it, couldn't. Spills to ground. Robbins first on. Oh, they've got one out here. Do Rye. It's that man there in Morse. Goes to the top of the square, looking for his teammate. Great work. Great mark there by Twyford. He's got one out in Thorne. It has to be a good kick because he's hot and he's hammer his Barnes. Just gets there. He's got to move it quick now to the Dales. Daniel Baker. Good by foot. Looks inboard. It has to be a good kick. Wasn't. He's chopped off there by Morse. Couldn't take the mark. Handball back to Rowson was good. Goes short. Finds Ryan.
Needed to keep coming down the wing rather than win inboard.
Yep, they need to slow things down now here, the Demons. We've played 23 and a half minutes, 2 points of difference. Kalani Ryan, he looks out wide. He's got Strickland on the move. Duncan stands in front of him. Spills to ground. Kirkwood tries to sell some candy. Does. Just stripped of it there last minute. Great work by Kirkwood. Somehow extracted the footy back.
Third.
Dives on it now to Robbins. Great tackle there by and that's where the ball will stay. So about 70 out from the Demons goal. Pearcedale needs something special from here, you'd think. We've played 24 minutes on the Rye Hotel scoreboard. So the umpire just not giving the ball back there. So
27's about the time it's been going short pass. So I reckon you're looking at about 3 minutes maybe.
So Williams wins that one. Scoble tries to steal it. Does to Thornton. He just goes for a quick one up towards the wing position. Cowell out to meet it. Tries to shrug off Morse. Couldn't. And he gets absolutely fenced there. Does count. Good tackle by Lee Morse.
Good tough tackle, Lock. Didn't fence him.
He's a seasoned campaigner there, Lee Morse. So the ball, members side of the ground, true wing position, brought back into play. Williams v Scoble. Williams does the easy body work, tries to handle to Kirkwood, does. He dropped the footy, umpire said play on, spills towards Barnes now. Adams dives on him.
High.
And that's where the ball will stay. So 25 minutes gone, 2 points of difference. You wouldn't think there'd be much time left for the Dales to get down forward. They'll need to be quick. Lee Morse just stands that gap. I'd just man him up now if I was Pearcedale. As Scoble tries to fly over the top of Williams, he does, but the ball will go out of bounds and out of play. Members side of the ground, true wing position.
Couple of times, like last two stoppages, Rye just throwing the ball out of the umpire's hands.
Yeah, that's not silly. As the ball brought back into play, Scoble v Williams. Scoble gets the tap out down towards Robertson. He's well wrapped up there. They're wearing them like gloves at the moment, Rye, just not letting an easy possession out. Smart football as Tiernan just stands behind the contest. Lee Moore stands in the gap of the forwards. Scoble with a big tap out down to Ostrom. He ran back into trouble. Silly. He gets a handball away just in a nick of time to Gearan, who gets wrapped up somehow by Matty McIndoe on true wing position. They're just holding on for all sorts here, Rye. They don't want to let an easy posse out. Murray now into the ruck. Gets a tap out down towards his captain in Bravo. Just whacks it high up and under. Kirkwood sat under it. Couldn't get there quite just. Murray now with possession of the footy. Quick left, kick forward. Foot race between Morse and Cowell over their heads. Lucky bounce there for Morse. Morse gets possession of the footy. Looks up towards halfback. It's going to stay in just though. It's out the full. They'll need to move this quickly here, the Dales, if they can get the footy back in time. It'll be Bravo to bring the ball back in.
I reckon under a minute, boys.
Under a minute.
So Bravo with possession of the footy. You need to move it quick, son. You need to get the ball. Don't look backwards. Zane Hill. He's going to go long towards centre half forward. It was a poor kick. Out to meet this Hussey. Oh, he ran straight under it then. Hussey. He's wrapped up. There was Hill.
No, he didn't have it.
Jennings wrapped uphill. He was dispossessed to the footy and then took him to ground when he didn't need to. Then Jennings.
Good decision there by the umpire.
It was. So he goes wide to Tieran Head now. Tieran Head looks out wider. Wasn't a great kick, Dylan Duncan. Oh, he ducked his head, dropped the mark. He's on wing position. Just needs to pump it back in. Don't go backwards. Looks out wide, finds Twyford. Now to Hussey in centre. He goes quick. Cowell on the move. He's into position. Oh, he's dropped it. That was a sitter there. Now possession by Clayton Barnes out wide.
Oh, no.
Tieran drops the sitter as well.
Here we go.
Foot race. Jennings. Great work there by that man there. He gets a fist out towards Dixon. Dives over at Jennings. Dispossesses. Now Cowell. Goal! Cowell somehow at the top of the goal square. Extracted the footy and kicked the goal. Somehow he's kicked it 7-13, 55. They're 4 points up. Boy, oh boy, wowee, how'd he kick that?
Just out of the pack lock, comes from a short little stoppage out of the pack, just caught by surprise.
He had to make up for his drop mark before.
Yeah, well, absolutely.
7-9, 51, plays Pearcedale 7-13, 55, 28 minutes on the Rye Hotel scoreboard. They need to do something special here, the Demons. I wouldn't have thought there'd be much time left. They're kicking against the breeze. It's going to be tough. Murray wins a tap out, wrapped up by Kirkwood. The ball will stay in the middle of the ground.
Rye are absolutely out in their feet. They've got nothing left.
They have to push and push. They need to find something. Kirkwood will be rallying him out there, no doubt. Murray wins it to Ostrom. Just needs to whack it on the boot. Goes for a handball instead. Finds itself in Murray's hands. Just whacks it forward. I tell you what, it's a ball game. And there he is again. Cowell, somehow from 3 deep, has just juked it about 20 out directly in front. Take all the time in the world you want, son. You need to drown the clock because it's 28 and a half minutes and there's the siren. Pearcedale have stolen it in the last 30 seconds here at RJ Rowley Reserve. And this, just to rub the salt into the wounds of the Rye Demons.
Wow.
Cowell will go from about 25 directly in front to make the margin 10 points. 7-9, 51 to Pearcedale 7-13, 55. 29 minutes that last term of football went to. Lachlan Cowell to kick 2 in 30 seconds to rub salt into the wound. Strolls in, kicks a goal. 8-13-61 to rise. 7-9-51 is the final score. They have absolutely stolen this, Pearcedale Panthers. And you can see the look on the Demons' face, ladies and gentlemen, that they are shattered. They have been beat in the last 30 seconds of this football game. That was huge. I tell you what, Michael Voss, you said it, whether it's first versus second or 8th versus 9th, that was an absolute ripper contest. Boy, oh boy.
Didn't score in the last quarter, right? Did not score in the last quarter.
They were always going to have to defend the last quarter against it. They were clearly coming. They had the scoring end. And Lachlan, yes, you did tip them.
I tipped it, ladies and gentlemen.
But did you tip Collingwood Thursday night?
Of course I did. I'm a Collingwood supporter, Michael.
Do you tip them every week, Bob?
I do tip them every week, Michael.
No, you do.
5 goals they kicked in the last quarter, Pearcedale. What a comeback.
That is a huge
incredible,
comeback.
Incredible. What a really great game of football to kick off the 2019 season, thanks to Jetty Road Breweries. Just good display of 2 fighting teams. Look, Rye's going to come back strong. Pearcedale go into next week, obviously with some confidence. It's going to be set to really be lighting things up, I think.
Wowee, what an absolute stunning finish to this game of football.
I'll tell you who was huge in the last couple of minutes as well. Big Luke Murray. He was huge in that last couple of minutes. Couple of inside 50s. He got the ball that big left foot, penetrated the defence, and it resulted in Pearcedale getting in front and then a kick inside attacking 50 once again, which ultimately ended up with another goal right on the siren.
What a brilliant last quarter of football Pearcedale just played. They were kicking into a strong breeze. They could only gather together 1 goal in the second term that they had to win, and they ran away with it, kicking 5 in the last quarter. What a absolute ball game, boys. We'll go to a short break and we'll come back to you with our 3-2-1 and the quick game wrap up. You're listening to RPPFM, the voice of Peninsula football.
More and more people with a taste for quality are shopping at Eliza Meats. Kevin and his lean team pride themselves on the finest cuts, from juicy steaks and roasts to high-grade mince and sausages. And Eliza Meats are the gourmet specialists. Inquire about Eliza Meats Spitfire. Phone 9787 4473 for a mouth-watering meal fit for a king. It's all at Eliza Meats. See our sponsor Kevin at Eliza Meats, 112B Mount Eliza Way, a station sponsor.
At Bendigo Bank, we're not your typical big bank. We don't have big egos or big attitudes. We don't splurge on big junkets or shoot big commercials. We don't make big empty promises or keep big secrets. No, we just think by doing the little things right, we'll make a big difference to our customers. So try Bendigo Bank, the better big bank.
A station sponsor.
Bass Surfboards, our last independent surfboard company. Visit Muzz at Bass HQ in Dramana. Real people, real service, 100% Peninsula. Bass, the boards of class, a station sponsor.
Looking for a unique and meaningful way to show your mum how much you love her this Mother's Day? Book your table at the Brooks restaurant and spoil her with an authentic 3-course Italian menu to share. Think cured meats with truffle honey. Think 12-hour pulled lamb. Think cannelloni filled with ricotta mousse. Think Brooks Restaurant and Bar. Sunday, May 12, bookings are essential. The Brooks Restaurant, station sponsor.
Sponsoring the footy finals, David Bark Appliances in Rosebud, where top brands cost you less. Giving 27 years of trusted local service, David Bark Appliances, more local than the footy. Check the David Bark website, 1263 Point Nepean Road, Rosebud, 5986 5544. Our sponsor, the Rye Hotel, are proud to be servicing the Rye community. The Rye Hotel is renowned for their good old-fashioned service and hospitality. Group bookings are welcome. Luxury accommodation offering 44 stylish suites with spacious lounges, spa bars and modern conference facilities. Weekly pool competition and poker and public bar amenities. Try our new menu. Function facilities available. Courtesy bus available. Phone 5985 2277 or visit ryehotel.com.au. Station sponsor.